Man, oh man, that Spider-Man brand new day trailer. It dropped. People are loving it, unless you're Mike Kalinowski. But most people love it. I'm curious. It broke records. People are saying now, Chris, you made a 1.6 billion prediction on that one. You might be going too low, dude. I don't know. We shall see. So we're curious to see what's going to happen there. That's one of many stories here today. Dune and Doomsday coming out on the same day. Is somebody going to move? That's been a topic. Well, what about Jumanji? Comes out a week before. Is it going to get just completely obliterated in week 2? De Niro is passing on to Batman. Val Kilmer is going to be doing a new movie because of AI. So much to talk about. And we got the John Williams of the SCHMOEDOWN, David B, in the house on the show today. It might be just me and David B, because Steph is nowhere to be found. And if that's the case, it's me and the music guy talking movies. Works for me, if it works for you. So let's get into it, everybody. This will be the first time that David B has ever seen the Kristian Harloff Show. So let's get into it right now. Here we go. And a question for everybody.
Did you shit in there?
Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. We might have gotten real lucky here that David B was available because, like I said, Steph is nowhere to be seen. I don't even know where she is. It's 12:02. No Steph, no text, nothing. Who cares, right? I care. I miss Steph, but I really miss this guy. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, David B.
Hello.
Nice to see you again.
Thanks, man. Good to be here. Finally on your show.
You're Steph Sabra. Steph Sabra today.
Sick.
Watch how fast Luke says, "You son of a bitch," and he changes. It'll change like magic. It's like Gandalf. So for people who don't know the great David B, and correct me if I'm wrong on this story. I'm going to steal from Matt Serra, who talks about his origin story with people. Our origin story goes where on Collider Live we used to have people call in and watch the show, and then there would be people who would like submit kind of crazy songs, and there were 2 people in general that would do that for some of the shit that we did, and it was you and Thrawn.
Yep.
And you and I remember just loving what you guys were doing, and then we were in Houston for the SCHMOEDOWN event, which was one of my favorites. It was the most wrestling based, and I think you were living there at the time, or something along those lines. And then afterwards, you said, "Hey, I'm David B. I'm the guy that does the music." And we were talking, and I think I told you at the end, I was like, "Dude, I'd love to see if you'd want to do some stuff." Or you might have asked me if to do some original stuff. I can't remember. You probably know better than I do. But then David B started making music, and it was like incredible stuff. Like when we had, was it Jim Jeffries was the guy's name from WWE, right? And
Jim Johnson.
Jim Johnson. And I always said to David, we need stuff like that. We need stuff like that. And he did it. And then some, from the corruption theme to, I'm not lying. I still smoke joints to Oyama's theme. I love it. Am I right? Am I right in our assessment?
That's pretty much spot on. Like, I think the first thing I ever did was like, someone was, I'm pretty sure it was you, just raging about clickbait and the fans complaining about clickbait.
That's what it was, clickbait.
And then I made a clickbait song. And then I think the point for me where I was like, oh, I think I should like try to be the Jim Johnson of SCHMOEDOWN was like the room. Everyone voted for their favorite song that day, and the whole room unanimously voted for my song.
Yeah.
And then once I heard you guys were coming to Houston to Booker T's arena, no less, I was like, I think I'm gonna try to get this gig. So I waited for you, and you literally were like, well, write one for your favorite team and so see what you got. And I was like, corruption, easy.
And it was similar to what Nerd Chronic did for editing, where he kind of pushed me, and I was like, and saw what he did, and it was just perfect. So I'm glad to have you on the show. We're gonna talk about your music in a second, but normally on Tuesdays, Steph Sabra joins me, but I give her a little bit more slack today if she's late. I can't. You never. First of all, you should never, in general, tell a woman that she's late, because they don't like that. but even more so if a woman's pregnant, because
Mhm.
they say, "How dare you? You have no idea what I'm going through."
Yeah.
I don't. You don't know. You don't know how. So I don't care if your stupid show is 5 or 10 minutes late and I'm not there. I don't care. Am I pretty accurate on this, Steph Sabra?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I usually today specifically, I always wake up like before 7 or right at 7 and I feel
Mhm.
fine. Not this morning. I
Yeah.
was like I was like a zombie until 8. And
I
then I saw
understand.
everyone in the chat being like, "Wow, Steph looks so different. Pregnancy's taking a toll." But they
Yeah.
were it's because you switched my name with David B. Good to see you, David.
Hello, how are
I
you?
was like, "Damn, did you guys see me this morning?" Because that's true. But
Yeah, we were just talking about all the amazing themes that how if it wasn't, it's funny because I always give David a lot of credit, but I need to give him a little more because I usually say during the pandemic ages, the person that kept us alive through that and kept the show alive was Nerd Chronic, because the digital was just farts. It was the farts. And it just was not the show. But because of those promos, it did. But the music was also on fire during that time, and also gave it, because you guys would collab, both you and Nerd Chronic, to make sure that you guys both really understood the show. So David's here today not to only talk about the stories we're going to discuss, but you got a new album coming out, right?
I have. So I've been releasing a lot of music, and
Yeah.
the goal this year is to release at least one track every new month. So back in January, and this relates to Steph because I don't know if she remembers, but I like wrote like a beat and I used
I
something,
totally remember.
and I finally released that beat and released it on January, called Palm Boulevard, and she makes a little guest appearance in it.
Oh, nice.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I didn't even know. I have to go back and listen
Yeah.
to it.
Oh, for sure. I'll do all the plugs at the end of the show. Not right now. We gotta let them wait.
You can actually, and if you have a link, by the way, that people not only will we put it in the description, you can actually put it in the live chat, so people want to check it out. So if you want to do
Oh,
that now,
sick.
you want people to go and check that, just throw it into the live chat. They can click on it, but we can also put it in the description a little later on.
For sure. But yeah, I'm
good.
just releasing new music every month. January was the Steph special.
Okay.
February I released a completely different sounding track, like a hardcore post-punk track with my friend Maddie from New England.
Mhm.
And then this month I released two more like beats, relaxing kind of beats. And then tomorrow, or actually tonight, I'm dropping a lo-fi beat. And then next month will be like a punk rock EP. So
Oh,
just
cool.
I don't think people really understand how talented this dude is. Like, it's like, no, I'm serious though, because like being a musician in general and having a certain tone and what you're able to do, like people are really good at one particular lane. You're good at so many different lanes, because like I remember what we did, because it was incredibly, he won't tell you, but incredibly frustrating for him, where he'd be like, well, what do you want? Like, what kind of theme? And I'd be like, oh, I wanted to sound like this. I'll give him 2 sentences. And he'd be like, well, that doesn't help me. But then he'd come back and do it. And if I was like a Lord of the Rings thing, then the next thing is I wanted to sound like Europe, the Final Countdown song, and he did it. I wanted to, like for Barbarian, I wanted to sound like Conan the Barbarian, and he did it. I wanted to sound like, not quite the rock ripoff, but a rock ripoff, and he did it. But he did it in his own style, and it wasn't a ripoff. It became like an original piece, like the Ben Bateman theme. We worked on things, and it just he has that thing. But I will tell you, and I haven't really talked about this on air. Something that David did for me, that I'll step in front of a bus for him. My brother Kevin passed, in 2018, and he was a musician. He had and he was really good at piano and stuff too. And we had stuff that he had, and for one of the anniversary for his passing, I wanted to do something for my parents and my brother, and there was this track that he never really finished, and I sent it to David B, and I listened to it on every anniversary of his passing. And David B did this beautiful, beautiful melody that Kevin had created, and then followed it up with his own thing. It has there's one thing that you do in that thing. It's like a Spanish themed riff that you kind of give at the, and you know which part I'm talking about.
yeah.
And I listen to that every year, and it just, I mean, no one should be around me when I'm listening, because it's like I'm watching, Sophie's Choice or something. But it's like, but it's just beautiful. So like you are really a multi-talented guy, and I hope people get your album, because it's really good.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. And going back to your previous point of like, honestly, dude, working with you was easy because like I feel like you and me had the same like wrestling mentality, so I
Yeah.
kind of understood like basically the foundation of what we were doing. So anytime you gave me 2 sentences, I was like, I got it. And
You did.
it was usually easy with you. When I was working with certain competitors, that's when it became
No,
a little more difficult.
You don't have to tell me that. Imagine my job dealing with them.
I think like, oh, I forget who it was, but somebody one day out of the blue emailed me. He was like, I heard you're the music guy. I want something to sound like, and he gave me like 6 different bands
Oh,
from
no.
6 different genres.
Oh,
And I was
no.
like, oh, I don't know what am I supposed to do with this? And you just emailed me and went, we're not doing that. And I was like,
Oh, I think I know exactly who it is. I think I know exactly who it is.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's hysterical.
And then some guys were just like not picky, but very detail oriented. And some would take a while, which to me personally, I don't mind that either. Cause like, okay, you know what you want. I just got to work towards it. So
Sure.
that was fine. But like with you, it was always genuinely, it was easy.
Okay. Well, good. I'm glad to hear that because yeah, it was. Well, I love the stuff you did, and I think a lot of your themes for SCHMOEDOWN still available on Spotify and stuff, right?
No, we never released those
You
because
never released all the themes.
no,
You weren't allowed to because of Skybound. Is that what it was?
it wasn't even that I was allowed. I just never got an answer. I remember we were going back and forth forever prior to the show ending, just being like, we should release it. Like, it'll be good revenue.
Release it on Spotify. Go ahead.
Hell yeah. All right.
Go ahead. Release
From
them.
your mouth to God's ears, buddy.
They're
I'm
not
doing it.
They're not going to release them on Spotify. They don't care. They've been great. They've been great since during the partnership afterwards when we put all the stuff up there. Honestly, if you wanted to do, you know what you could do as well if you wanted, put them on Spotify. But if you ever have the time, if you make like, let's say the corruption theme is 2.5 minutes or 3 minutes, whatever it is, and you put the corruption logo on like a video and just throw the song in there, I'll upload all of them to the SCHMOEDOWN YouTube channel also.
Okay, sick. Yeah, I could do that. I just need to look up the logos now.
Yeah, and you probably just Google them. But
Yeah.
But whatever, or just a picture of somebody, even if it's like if it's Ben Bateman's theme or whoever's theme, and just whatever, and I'll put it up there. Just let me know, and we'll do it that way. It's fine.
Okay, yeah, we could start working on that too. Just release some of those because some of those were like legit. I was very proud of some of the stuff I did.
As you should be. It was, did you ever even look into WWE, like and try to like work with them?
So, okay, I'll share this story.
Sure.
I was really close to working with Booker T.
Oh wow!
And like helping some of his wrestlers have these because they were looking for music.
Yeah.
And the pandemic happened. And I never heard back from any of them.
You should follow back. You should follow back up with Brad.
I reach out to Brad.
You should.
I reach out.
You reach out. Yeah. He's not the best.
Kristian talks all the time about how he's notoriously the worst responder.
He's the worst. He's one of the best humans in the world.
Yes.
But he is one of the worst people. You'll send him a text and you're like 3 years later, he writes you back. I saw him and hung out with him the whole entire Critics' Choice. And I actually spoke to him on the phone probably a week before that. And it was like, we never, didn't miss a beat. I love Brad Kilmer. He's one of my favorite humans in the world, but he is the worst on text. And he'll tell you that. I mean, Steph isn't great either. She's better with me than most, but Steph, you'd say you stink.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've only lost one friend because of my response time, but
no.
I show up in other ways.
Yeah, I'm decent. I'm decent at responding. I'm pretty good.
You are very good at it.
Yeah, but then there's a lot of that I'm terrible at. Anyway, it's great to have you on the show,
Thanks,
David. I'm glad to have you. We'll put David's stuff in there. Make sure you check it out. Are you going on tour? Are you performing at all?
Yes. So this Saturday, if you're in the LAOC area, I'll be at the House of Blues with my band, The Way Around. We'll be playing 2 sets from 9 to 10, House of Blues Foundation Room in Anaheim. So if you're around,
cool.
Throw that in there. Throw the tickets thing in the.
Oh yeah, we have a party full link. Tickets with us. If you buy tickets through the band, it's $10. But if you buy them at door, it's $12.
Amazing.
So,
all right.
Yeah.
That's great. One of my favorite moments ever was when you played the corruption theme at the Spectacular.
That was fun, dude.
Fucking awesome.
My favorite part was just watching everyone fiddle with my guitar backstage.
That was hilarious.
And just being like, just don't put it out of tune. It's fine.
That was a great Spectacular. That was a good one. All right. Enough of memory lane. Let's get to what's going on now with the news. The Spider-Man dropped yesterday, the trailer. Assuming everyone's seen it. Steph?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I did.
Okay. So let's take a look at some of this news, because besides just a breakdown and other things here, it dethrones GTA 6, having the first trailer in history to surpass 500 million views in one day. Holy shit. It looks like the release tactics worked, as Spider-Man Brand New Day's first trailer has broke a huge record. David, were you never on SCHMOEDOWN Rundown? You had to have been on Rundown.
Oh gosh, I don't know. I don't think so.
Really? How do they
think,
not?
yeah.
Frank Janet.
I think genuinely I was never on anything except
Really?
that one time I played live.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
On my point too. I'm sorry about that. I should have had
No,
you.
you're good. Hey man, as a music guy, I'm heard, not seen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's I appreciate that, but no, I should have had John. Upcoming Marvel movie Spider-Man Brand New Day hasn't even hit screens yet. It's already breaking records as its first teaser becomes the most viewed trailer ever. The first Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer, which was released on March 18th, has broken the record of most views in the first 24 hours online. We have to wait until Sony releases the full figures, but global box office reports that Spidey teaser hit over 500 million views, beating GTA 6's record in just 12 hours. The video game held the title after pulling in 475 million views in its first day online. Brand New Day's success could be down to the trailer's bizarre release strategy. Sony chose to count down to the event by having a flurry of influencers release 2-second snippets every hour for 24 hours until the real trailer was released. Having the clips scattered around turned the release into a scavenge hunt, and to be honest, it was quite fun. Let's see. The full trailer was then broadcasted via Instagram Live. The stream started with Tom Holland, yada, yada, yada. Aside from the release tactics, the actual Brand New Day trailer was pretty impressive, packed full of Marvel characters and plot details without giving away too much. We also got our first look at the Punisher, the Hulk, multi-villains. Spider-Man Brand New Day comes out on July 26th. Yesterday I didn't do a show for a lot of different reasons. The first reason was because I shot, and I'm going to release it afterwards. I shot I've never seen Ready or Not before. The new movie that's coming out on there's part 2 that's coming out this weekend. And so Tina, I hadn't seen it, but she came in, we watched Ready or Not. And then right afterwards, Sam came in and we did how many Game of Thrones episodes, like 3 or 4. So by the time I was done, it was like 4 o'clock. I'm not doing a live show. But during that time, Spider-Man trailer dropped. I watched that in the morning. Then Sam came in and did a reaction also. So this is how much people love Sam. I did my reaction. I was like, oh, it's doing really, really well. It did 42,000. Sam came in and did a reaction like 2.5 hours later. It's already at 41,000.
I love her. My phone died when I was gonna respond to your video you posted of her.
Great.
All I was writing was like, I just fucking love this woman.
You missed, but you know what? So for what Steph's referencing on my Instagram, you guys should check it out. I posted a video of myself scaring Sam behind the door, and I jump out, and the noise I make, I go, Hasha.
Yeah.
But what I almost didn't post it because I was upset with myself.
Why?
And because the first time I scared her was 1,000 times better.
Oh,
because that was after
you need a little Ring camera in your office.
I need a Ring camera everywhere in my life. So there was like when she first got here, I hid behind the same place.
Yep.
And I scared her. She yelped, but she smiled when she screamed. It was hilarious. She was like, ah! It was like, oh my God, I was so mad that I didn't do it, that I was like, oh, but I gotta scare her again, because the second time I got her, she was pissed, but it was hilarious.
No, it was really fun. It was very East Coast. You know, I love your East Coast friendship.
I'm
gonna say, like, you fucking dick.
Something. Where's my phone? I'll play the audio when I scare her.
Oh my God, I could listen to her talk for hours.
I wonder if Luke could take that video and post it in the videos, and I'll play it. I'll play the actual audio. Hold on, this is the audio when she discovers it.
Oh, that's literally so funny. You fucking dick.
It's pretty good. I really wish we would gotten the first one, but
oh my God, she's so funny.
She's the best. So anyway, her reactions are crushing. So
awesome. What was it up? What was the reaction?
It was just the trailer. She didn't even know it was coming out. So, and every
now
comment,
she's caught up.
She's caught up. She hasn't seen the Daredevil series yet. She hasn't
That's okay.
seen
But with the movies, the MCU,
all of that, and most of the series, she just hasn't seen a few of them. But she's all caught up in the movies and that storyline. So she loses her mind when she saw that because she didn't know it was coming out. But every comment, and this is another reason why it did so well. Every comment was because she's like, "Oh, I'm going to see this in the theater," and I go, "No, you're not," because everybody wants to see your first reaction. But surprisingly enough, the audience is like, "You should let her see it. You should let her see it." But what they don't realize is that's everybody who knows Sam. For people who are going to come in and go, "Oh, why are you guys watching this? You've both seen it already." You know, Steph, that's going to come in.
Right. No,
new viewers. So the first time watch is the whole point of it.
Right.
So same thing with that and Avengers. What I will tell you is this: I don't know what to do with the Downey side of the Doomsday thing because she still doesn't know.
Oh.
And I feel like someone's going to tell her eventually. I almost think I should do the reaction to the Comic-Con, announcement.
Yeah, maybe.
Right?
Maybe so. Yeah, because if she's caught up with the movies and everything, then she could just find out the way we found out.
I know. I'm thinking about maybe this next time she comes in because I feel that if I did that reaction, it'll do pretty well on the channel.
Yeah.
Sam. I think Sam could open up a bottle of Pepsi and it'll do well on this channel.
She is so funny.
So I think that I might do that next. She's coming in tomorrow. Maybe I'm just gonna do that.
Yeah.
Because that way she doesn't because I'm gonna be so part of me is like, oh, I want her to find out when she sees it on digital, but with the marketing and stuff, they're gonna market with him.
Yeah, I was about to say, isn't RDJ like doing hella promo for it too?
Yeah, she somehow she doesn't even know Spider-Man was coming out this year. She avoids she's able to avoid everything. Why do you think she had never seen a Marvel movie before? She's never seen Star Wars. She saw the Dune trailer by accident. She's never seen a Dune movie. She's like, "What's that?" I go, "We're watching that." She's like, "I shouldn't have watched that." I go, "Probably not, but it doesn't really. You by the time you see it, you're not gonna
she'll forget.
She'll forget. Yeah, so we'll do that. We'll probably show that Comic-Con reaction. It'll probably do 50,000 views because she's doing it. Anyway, so you guys, David, I don't know how much you know about the contest that we do. You're here to help out Steph this week because John Roca, I believe, is it Roca? Who the hell's in the lead? Is it Roca? No, it's Roxy. Roxy's in the lead. What the hell did Roxy have on Tuesday? Shit, Luke, can you tell me? Forget. Roxy overtook because she did and I still don't know if she's watched One Piece. You're supposed to watch it. I got to check.
Oh my god.
You're supposed to because that was the goal. I think she hit like 87. I got to see. Hey Siri, text Roxy.
What do you want to say?
Hey, you never told me. What'd you think of One Piece?
Done.
Let's see if she helps.
Literally no one. I don't know if you felt this way, Kristian. No one prepared me for Chopper.
Episode 7. I teared up, Steph.
I was
bawling.
I was literally like inconsolable. Sure. I almost turned it off because I was like, this is actually like torture porn. Like, I can't.
You're like crying just talking about it.
No, yeah. Honestly, I'm going to say this. Chopper dethroned Baby Grogu for me.
Yeah.
I've never felt that way about a character in my life.
He's pretty great.
If anyone touches him, you're dead. Just know that.
It was great. By the way, so Roxy is actually at 106. 106. That's so David, okay. If we get to over if we get 107 questions today, it puts Steph in the lead to potentially get a bonus for herself this week. You could probably help her out if she gets to 107. It doesn't mean that she's going to win because Capes and Cal still has a shot to do it tomorrow, but she can at least dethrone Roxy here, who's currently in the lead with 106. All right, getting back to this trailer. Steph, let's start with you. What do you think of the trailer itself? Are you a fan of the Tom Holland movies? And why is Mike Kalinowski wrong that this trailer wasn't that great?
I can't believe he said that.
He just said that it looks a little drab. He's a DC guy, so of course to him Supergirl looks better.
Right. And I've heard I hate this timeline where now everything is like, oh, I saw like 10 comments. Looks a little AI. Looks like a few scenes are AI, and it's like
everybody's gonna say that.
Oh my god, guys, like they're not doing AI for this movie. But I thought it looked great. I thought it gave just enough of the plot away, but not too much where you don't know exactly what's going to happen and what's going to go down. I like the tone that they showed.
Yeah.
I love the Punisher introduction. Been looking forward to that forever. Huge fan of Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I just think he's like the perfect Spider-Man. I'm always shocked about, which I guess I shouldn't be because Spider-Man was my first favorite superhero, how popular Spider-Man is throughout the world. It's wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I thought it was an excellent trailer.
How about yourself, Dave? What did you think of the trailer?
Oh, I was feeling this for a while where I was kind of having MCU fatigue where nothing really like popped for me in the last couple of years. And this trailer specifically, honestly, more than Avengers Doomsday, got me hyped up again for the MCU. Especially in Spider-Man, and like my favorite comment, in which I low-key agree, is like just how we wanted our Spider-Man. Lonely, depressed, but still trying to do the right thing.
Right. Yeah, yes. And I think that was what I was trying to tell people. I was having this conversation with Ronx the other day, and I said, this movie, this is before the trailer came out. I said, this movie's going to do anywhere between 1.3 to 1.6 billion dollars. People are saying that's too low now, because of the excitement of what David B just said. And this is what I was trying to tell Winston and Chris, is that, yeah, everyone's like, what everybody's kind of bummed out on the MCU. I was like, yeah, because they haven't had any all-stars. There's been no all-stars. There's been nobody to get you pumped up about it. And now look what David just said. Spider-Man's back in town to get everybody excited. You throw the Hulk in there, you throw Punisher in there with them. Jean Grey's obviously in there. They've blocked some people out of that. There's that jumping thing at the end, and they digitally took people out in the same way that they did in No Way Home. Who's that? That's going to be more speculation as well. This movie is going to crush at the box office, especially if you're getting an introduction of the X-Men. If Florence Pugh, we know she's showing up in this one too, and it's a setup to Doomsday. It's going to help Doomsday. At least the thumbnail, the actual story itself, not as much. But David's 100% right. You get the start and that tone, and Steffi said the same thing with the way that it's kind of darker, and it should be, because we've had the colorful light. And this is the conversation, to be fair to Mike, we were going back and forth on texting, and he wouldn't mind me bringing this up. I asked him, because I asked him the same thing on Twitter and he didn't respond. So I texted him and I said, what did I say? Yada, 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 yada. Let me see. I said, do you think that Supergirl looks better than Spider-Man? He said, going off just watching the trailer once for each film, I watched the Spider-Man trailer and I was like, eh. He said, I hate when people say stuff looks gray and dull, but I'm sorry, that movie looks bland visually. He said, Fantastic Four looked infinitely better. And I said, wow, wish we were doing the show together. Supergirl looks like the same movie I've seen 1,000 times before. This looked like a gritty Spider-Man finally. He said, but look what you're saying right there. Gritty Spider-Man? And I said, yeah, after the shit that he went through, after the first three, those were light and fluffy and colorful. One drab for all the shit that he's been through. You got to sign me up. And he said, I can understand why you'd like that. I guess that's where I am with Batman. I'm sick of the grounded, realistic stuff. I want some more comic book elements of Batman movie. All fair points, which I said to him. And he said, you say you liked it because that's what you want to see. It makes more sense. He's just upset with the people who are claiming it's the best thing they've seen in years and blah, 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 blah. But he likes what they did with what the director did with Wonder Man and Shang-Chi. And he's excited to see that they're making Peter Parker a bit older and on his own term. He said he didn't like the stuff in the past three films where he's always with a bunch of people. So those are fair points from Mike. I mean, I'm on the opposite side of him, but I understand his perspective of what he's saying there. But I just like the idea that we're going to see him as like David, like you said, like more like just kind of sad and realize that this is a burden more than anything else.
Yeah, and then I'm personally excited for like the emotional aspect of it, of him carrying that burden, but
Yeah.
still remembering with great power comes great responsibility,
Right.
and him still trying to live up to Aunt May's, like, I guess, vision of him, or like her oh, what's the word I'm looking for? But the way she envisioned Peter to be, and her expectations of him, and him trying to live up to that, while also simultaneously still trying to protect his friends that only he has the memory of, like no one else remembers anything about him or anything he did. So that's interesting to me personally.
Yeah, I agree, Steph. And then, when it comes to how well the trailer did, the fact that it broke the GTA record, the fact that it's, there's excitement around it. Do you think that there's actually a chance that it does, 2 bill?
Yeah, maybe. I think people are it's coming out at the perfect time. People always love going to the theater at the time. People always show up for Spider-Man. I think people, if they liked the trailer, which it seems like it's getting a really good response, then that's even more fuel to that. So I think that it definitely could. It feels like I heard about it in like multiple spaces, different apps, the excitement for it.
Yeah.
And I do think that there's going to be like a character arc. Like, to Mike's point, I don't think like the whole thing's going to be, he has to arc,
Yeah.
he's not going to start the way he finishes. Like, he has to be kind of on a lighter note by the end, but it would be ridiculous if after everything he went through, he was like, whatever.
Happy again.
Like,
No,
yeah,
you're right.
yeah.
And how about the fact that he's basically got Toby's thing now, where he no longer
Right,
doing
right.
headquarters, right? So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays. There's a lot in here. There's a lot in this trailer. You definitely get, I think, a glimpse of Jean Grey. It looks like it, because you don't really see Sadie Sink, but you see the powers kind of happening. You see on the bus, there's kind of a little Easter egg to Rogue. Did you guys see that?
No.
There's someone. I don't know if it was just coincidence or whatever too, but there's someone sitting on the bus that looks awfully a lot like Rogue.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
That'd be sick.
It could just be an Easter egg, like a little oh, look who that kind of looks like. It might be nothing, but I do think there's something to the digitally removing stuff. But this movie, man,
Yeah.
this is going to be there. This is one of the reasons why I thought Avengers was going to do as well as I do think it's going to do, because how many event movies are really coming out? I think what David said just before is so telling of so many people going, I don't want to see any more comic movies. Hey, look at a Spider-Man trailer. I'm just kidding. I want to see that. I don't think you're the only person. I think that's going to be the majority of people.
But it's also it's Spider-Man, like,
right?
Arguably, probably Marvel's biggest character. Like DC,
Right.
Batman is DC's, and I would argue Spider-Man is probably Marvel's biggest character. So of course, it's going to be mad hype around it. I think more so than Avengers, quite honestly.
It doesn't. It's like wrestling again, like we were talking about.
Yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin could be 175 years old, and if he came out to WrestleMania, it'd be one of their highest WrestleManias like ever. Even with the ratings in the shitter right now, you put him on the main event and people can watch. Well, I think they're The Rock doing it, because there's certain things like, oh, our brand's hurting. We'll bring back so-and-so, and then that people will watch. And why do you think they're bringing Downey back? Why do you think they're bringing Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth back? Because they want that hype. They want to feel it. Now, the story's got to be good too in order for it to do really, really well. But that gets people interested. That gets people excited. Characters that we know. Sucks for original characters. It does. But the way the world works, and so we're going to see if this movie's going to crush. It's going to crush. It's going to be one of the, it's easily, I think it could be the biggest movie of the summer.
I will say the one thing I am a little bit worried about is I don't want this movie to be pure setup for Avengers Doomsday. I do want him to like really take care of the character and, like Steph said, have that arc of him like going through what he's going through. Because I think, what was the last like MCU movie where they did too much setup and it was like, oh, but what about the actual?
I don't know if it was set up, but Doctor Strange 2 had like way too much precursor where I was like, the average person can't watch this.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that stuff. I mean, Iron Man 2 was essentially a setup. There were a few movies that have been set up. I don't think though that this movie, remember though, this movie was supposed to come out. It was supposed to come out after Doomsday originally. So it was already shot the way that it was shot. And then I think they'll probably just add a post-credit scene that leads to Doomsday.
Yeah.
But that's I think this movie's going to really focus on, and because it's a Sony thing, also they're going to make sure that it focuses enough on Spider-Man and not just Doomsday.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm excited, man. I'm really excited for this one. I got to ask what the audience thinks. Is this going to be the biggest movie of the year? Is it going to be one of the biggest movies of the year? Is it going to be the biggest movie of the summer? What say you? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know on the Clips channel. If you're not subscribed to that already, please do that. All right, we'll be back in just a second. I want to tell you guys about Butcher Box and Cash App, and then we'll talk about some of the other stories. Let's get to it. I'm excited because I'm talking about Butcher Box. So if 2026 is your year that feels stronger, eat smarter, or simply just simplify the dinner routine, Butcher Box delivers the good stuff, high-quality proteins, no antibiotics, no added hormones, no mystery labels, just the kind of clean fuel that supports actual results. I don't know who gets more excited when Butcher Box shows up to my house, myself or my wife. We love it. It's the absolute best For over a decade, ButcherBox has led the industry with meat and seafood that's antibiotic-free, hormone-free, independently verified. It's the clean, trustworthy protein you want to be eating, especially at the start of a new year. I'm always choosing the chicken and the beef, and man, their steaks are phenomenal. When it is not as cold as it is right now, I'm throwing it out on the grill outside, and that's coming up real soon. But even to just cook some of these steaks inside, they're so tender. I love it. I've been making some beef bowls. I've been making a lot of chicken dishes. And as I said, I just get excited every time I see a box. It's like Christmas. So an exclusive offer for you guys. New listeners can get their choice between organic ground beef, chicken breast, or ground turkey in every box for a year. Plus $20 off when you go to butcherbox.com/Christian. That's right. That's your choice of organic ground beef, chicken breast, or ground turkey in every box for an entire year, plus $20 off your first box and free shipping always. That is butcherbox.com/Christian. Don't forget to use our link so they know that we sent you. You will thank me. I'm telling you, ButcherBox, it's the best. Scams. There's tons of people out there trying to do scams all the damn time. So I got scammed. I've been scammed. I got one time as a PayPal thing. I thought, oh no, my account's screwed. I was driving out to the convenience store. I'm like, wait a minute, what am I doing? And it was too late. So let me tell you about Cash App. Because when you get the Cash App card, not only do you get access to a ton of perks and benefits like exclusive early access to nationwide concert, pre-sales, discounts, popular brands, but you have extra security with the power to instantly lock or unlock your card right from your phone in just one tap. So if a suspicious transaction pops up on your card, Cash App, it's got your back by automatically declining the purchase and sending you a heads up to confirm if it's you or not. Now, behind the scenes, you can rest assured knowing that your account balance is protected by 24/7 fraud monitoring. Spend with peace of mind today. You got to order a Cash App card in the app or at cash.app/card. For a limited time, new Cash App customers can earn $10 off if they use that code, Secure10, in their profile at sign up and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply. Cash App is a financial service platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partner. Prepaid debit card issued by Sutton Bank. Member FDIC. Discounts and promotions provided by Cash App, a blocking brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures. Cash App. Thanks, ButcherBox. And thanks, Cash App. Appreciate it. Great. Happy to have David B on the show. Steph's about. So, David, I'm going to put you on the spot. How many times do you watch this show?
So many times, bro.
So, all right, I'm gonna quiz you to see how much you're lying to me. Okay?
All right. You don't have to quiz me. I'll tell you. I'm lying all the time. So there you go.
Big Balls. Have you heard of them? Have you heard of Big Balls?
No, I haven't heard of Big Balls.
That's it. And in Carlita Live show, if there was one person that would have A, loved Big Balls, B, made songs about him, it would be you.
Or
Steph,
Thrawn.
should I introduce him to Big Balls?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to, right? All right, you're gonna have to ask him questions though. You ready?
All right.
Hold on a second. Let's get David in there. Here he is. Hold on. Right there. Perfect. All right, David, let me introduce you to him.
Okay.
What's up, motherfucker?
Hey, what's up, little guy?
Oh, yeah, little in some places, but look right where it counts. Yeah, that's right. Right there. Yeah, look at those pieces. Those are jewels.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
That's why they call you Big Balls?
Yeah.
Dude.
And because I'm slick with the ladies.
I don't know, man. That
Right,
looks-
Mama?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, mamas.
Yes, mamas.
You're like glowing and stuff.
Oh, thank you so much.
And,
Yeah.
I know you like One Piece. One Piece, yeah.
What about two?
Oh, see, this is why you a slime, motherfucker. You're good.
They should
What's
call
up,
you
music
two
boy?
piece.
How you doing? Play me a song.
I don't know. I'm too nervous around those, man. They're staring at me, bro.
Yeah, see, the good news is that on your camera, it looks like you're shading it, but it's just pushing right towards the juice.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Well, thank you for everything you do. And I'm gonna go have sex with a giraffe.
Mhm.
All right.
That's Big Balls. There he is.
Hey, real talk, he should probably get those checked. I don't think it looks a little cancerous to me.
He's been all right. He's been doing
All right.
I mean, Steph, he's been around what, 2 years now? At least.
At least.
At least.
At
So
least.
no, he had to be at least because he was around. I think he was around during when I was still in LA.
Yeah, I think it's been like 4.
He's been alive that long. I don't know how he's still alive.
What is the chipmunk normal?
No. I don't know. The mafia didn't take
The
him out.
lifespan of a chipmunk.
The lifespan of a chipmunk.
That particular chipmunk. The amount of people he's pissed off.
What's the radiation? That's why he's living so long.
Yeah, maybe so. He
Yeah.
may be a mutant. He's a talking chipmunk with big old balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
He's gonna live forever. He's got that Green Mile touch, you
He is
know.
like Finstock.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Let's get to some other news here, man. We got some news. Does anybody? I'm going to ask the chat this because I don't know the answer to this, and I just realized that I've had access to the damn Daredevil screeners because I saw everybody was posting about their early reviews on it. I'm like, what the? That's how they're supposed to get access. I've had access to it, and I haven't even checked. So I just checked during the break, and I have access to it. Do you guys know in the chat how they're releasing this? Are they bulking it? Are they dumping it in one thing, or are they doing it week to week? I'm really hoping that they do week to week. That would be wonderful. Bulk would be a pain in the assholes. So hopefully anybody you guys don't know, do you?
No.
Oh,
I didn't even know they were doing One Piece all together.
Good. They said week to week. So that's
okay, good.
That's good.
That's what they did for the first season, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. I just have to watch them by March 23rd and they expire, so I can do that in time. I hope. Crack the neck. All right, wonderful. All right, let's get to some of this stuff because there's other stuff. There's a lot of stories, and we're probably not going to get to all of them. So I do want to get to. We were talking about. Did you guys both, Steph? I don't really have to ask you this question because I would be shocked if the answer is no. But did you watch the Dune 3 trailer?
Oh yeah.
I would. And DVB, have you seen that trailer yet?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I was in
All
there.
Right. Just making sure. Another trailer that just crushed the other day. Now people are still saying, "What's happening with that movie? Like, should it move?" I still think. I'll tell you what. I get why they're staying where they are. I get it because of the IMAX screens, and they feel like they could take that away from Marvel. I just feel like they would, and I hate saying this because I don't want to wait. I think they should wait until March. I think you push March, put it in March of 2027, just like the other Dune. It made it $800 million. It owned March. Push it. Don't even battle against it. But they're not even necessarily talking about Dune anymore being the one that's going to be in trouble. Now they're talking about Jumanji being the one that's going to be in trouble in week 2. So, new report here is that Dunesday, as they're calling it, raises Jumanji concerns. I will say I like Dunesday a lot better than Barbenheimer. Stupid. 2 of the biggest films of the year are set on December 18th, with both Dune Part 3, Avengers Doomsday, scheduled to face off in cinemas in an event being dubbed Dunesday. For months, comparisons have been drawn to
Barbenheimer
films, both of which were big successes, launching the same day. In addition, Oppenheimer hogged all the IMAX screens, while the more popular one, Barbie, took much of the rest. A similar story here, beyond the obvious key difference of the Barbenheimer films being very different in tone and subject matter, effective counter programming for each other, as opposed to the Doomsday films, which go towards the same audiences. More importantly, it appears that neither film intends to move, which is creating nervousness among exhibitors and fans, especially in the wake of the stellar reception to the Dune 3 trailer received this week, which cemented the film's December 18th date. A new report at Heat Vision indicates the exhibitors are concerned that having the 2 juggernauts in such proximity could cannibalize each other. More urgently, though, they're worried about everyone else. One exhibitor says it'll be especially bad for specialty distributors because everybody's going to free up every screen they have for those 2 films. That's a great point. Concerns are that titles like the Angry Birds movie 3 and Werewolf opening the week after, and most especially the next Jumanji film opening the week before, could get lost in the Doomsday crush. It's not unfounded either. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning famously opened the week before Barbenheimer and found itself quickly pushed to 4th place in its second weekend with a 65% drop. Both films are expected to do big business, though there is no winner here because the competition isn't in the same league money-wise. Dune Part 2 made $750 million compared to Endgame making $2.8 billion. Yeah, this is a crazy story. Steph, what do you make of this? Because, question 1, should either Dune or Doomsday move? If so, who and where? And then question 2, should the other distributors be nervous, or is this much ado about nothing? They'll be fine. It's different audiences.
Well, Angry Birds and Jumanji kind of have a similar intersecting audience, I would assume. And unfortunately, I do think that there is a little bit of an issue because all of these movies have a semi, if not massive audience. And as we're trying to get more people to the theater, I feel like it would be better for everyone if we could spread the love and give, various weeks different opportunities to go back to the theater to see those movies. I don't know if it will be like I don't know if it's like people will see them when they can see them, whether that's the first week, the second week, the third week, and all in all, it will catch up with itself. But I find that oftentimes people kind of go like once a month for like the average viewer type thing. So I don't know. It's like hard for me to say like switch for Dune because they were the first ones there. It just feels like such a bully move by Marvel. But I do like I remember when Dune 2 came out in March and I thought that was a good thing, but also I don't know if they're kind of going for more of the Oscar run this year because as we've discussed, like that was like a total shutout, especially for the best director nomination. So I don't know what that I can't tell what they should or shouldn't do. Like I guess for Oscar run, it doesn't really matter if that's more important to them in the studio.
That's true. The Oscar run is a great point, but it's like, yeah, that is what's more important. Is it getting nominated or is it making money? Because I don't know, David. I think to me, like I said it up top, I don't know the answer of which one I would rather see. I mean, I know that I think on my most anticipated list I have Dune 3. I'm so excited to see both Dune 3 and Doomsday. Probably Dune 3 is the one. The Dune series 1 and 2. I said it yesterday. Are the best Star Wars movies that we've had in 20 or 30 years. That's what I wanted Star Wars to be, or hope that it would be moving forward. But it's I don't know. I think it needs to move. I think Dune needs to move. And I get what Steph's saying. I get that they were there first, but I just think that they would benefit if they got the hell out of the way. In the way that I'm sure some movies moved when Force Awakens moved from May into December. So do you think Dune should move? And same question to Steph. Do you think that the other movies should be nervous?
I think yes to all of that. I think Dune should move just because, again, the juggernaut that is Disney in the MCU and Avengers. I think that movie, when people have to decide about if we're watching one movie this month, which one do we really want to see? It's going to be the event movie. Of course, it's going to be that, especially for people with families and kids. Now that tickets, I mean, here in LA, right? Tickets are like $18-20. You have a family of 3 or 4, that's already like $80 just on ticket sales, not to mention concessions and all that stuff. So I definitely think Dune should move just to give itself a little bit more wiggle room. And then, yeah, the same thing with like Jumanji and Angry Birds, because that's really like, that's like families and like kids, more importantly. And parents are going to have to really decide which one they're going to take their kids to. And usually it's like one movie a month. I know my friends with kids, usually it's like one movie every couple of months now too, just because things are starting to get so tight economically.
It's true. Not everybody has the AMC pass.
Exactly.
People always bring that up, like, oh, but the AMC pass, not everybody has that. And
no.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is, no. And it's like, yeah, like for moviegoers, like A-list, whatever, you're going to see all of them. It doesn't matter to you. Right. But for a typical family of like 4 or 5, like that's a really big financial decision. Yeah. So yeah, I honestly, I'm looking forward to Dune. That's probably the one I'll be watching that weekend just to kind of avoid the massive audience. Yeah. Dune 3. But yeah, if Dune wants a little bit more wiggle room or more legs to run on, I would say it has to move.
Now there is a different tier fan, right? There's the A-list people who will see both of them and do whatever they do. Now, what you just said is interesting too, right? Like you said you'll probably see Dune that week. You didn't say you won't see Doomsday in the theater, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the other thing, is that how much of a lifespan. This is why I think that I've said this today, if Doomsday is really good, like really good, and people are raving about it, it's got an opportunity to be the biggest movie of all time, I think. Because especially coming off of Spider-Man, if Spider-Man sets it up in that post-credit scene, it's got a shot. If it's not good, then it won't. But The reason why I think it's going to do good is because I think that it has a longer lifespan than Dune. Because I think the people that really want to see Dune will see it that opening weekend. It's really good to go back and see it again. It's not, and it doesn't have that vibe of like, oh, I gotta watch that one again. This is such a feel good woo. This is like, no, it's like there's drab shit going on, and that's one of the reasons like I'm excited about it because now he's full on Anakin after Revenge of the Sith in this trailer, and I'm digging that, and I like that. And let's see where it's gonna go, but I don't think it's a repeat movie for regular audiences. Doomsday could be, and Doomsday could last into February if good and a good setup to Secret Wars. This is the end of Dune after this, at least with Denis. So I think it needs to move now. Jumanji, I think Jumanji's in trouble. I think it's got to make its money in week one. I think even if Dune moves, it's still in trouble. I think it needs to, because David's right. Family movies, maybe it carries the crossover of when people go during that Christmas time, they go, I'm going to go see a movie. What am I going to see? Well, Doomsday is all sold out with Jumanji still playing. That it could benefit that way. I think Angry Birds is less in trouble because I think what you said, Steph, it's more like kids are going to go see it, and it's like I think there's going to be more adult themes in both Doomsday and Dune that younger kids are not going to see anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like someone should move here and there. It's a lot going on for that one opening weekend.
I know.
I kind of agree with you on terms of the lifespan of Dune. Like I feel like people will go and see that, but also a huge thing about how things work now is the conversation piece of it all. It's just Doomsday has this conversation about it that's been drawing intrigue now for years. Whereas like Dune, if you've read the books, you know what's going to happen. If you haven't read the books, like you're interested to see what happens, but it's not like no one's going to spoil it for you in the way that like you kind of want to be there for Doomsday that opening weekend.
Yeah. Well, here's the other side of this too, right? Is that in the impending Paramount Warner Brothers deal, which could be, escalated to start signing contracts by the end of the year, right? From what they say, if you're Paramount, don't you want Dune to get the hell out of the way and say, let's open up our 2027 with some big numbers? Because let's check what comes out. Let's do this. I'm going to do because I've done the upcoming December, and we can start with that real quick. And as we know, when you look at December of this year, in the first week, December 4th, you have Violent Night 2, which will do what it needs to do in that week, and then that's the end of that. Jumanji 3 is December 11th. It needs to make as much money as possible in that week, and then it's going to have a major drop-off on December 18th, which is both right now Avengers and Dune. The following week is Angry Birds movie. I think that'll still do okay. Werewolf, though, they brought Werewolf into it. Werewolf is different, man, in the same way that, Nosferatu. It's like that's a very specific audience.
Yeah.
So I don't think that needs to move. So if Dune did move, it's not going to move to January because that's where Jason Statham movies live. And The Beekeeper 2 comes out January 15th, as stated. February 5th is Ice Age. You stay out of February because March is where it came out last time and it did well. So March right now, March 5th, Disney has a movie called Gatto. I don't know what that is, but it doesn't seem like it's the same audience. Thomas Crown Affair doing a remake for Amazon. Warner Brothers has an untitled DC event film, it says right now, but that hasn't been announced. So if they still have a DC movie, then probably they don't want to put it out at the same time. Then there's the Exorcist movie by Flanagan on the 12th, Sonic the Hedgehog on the 19th, Godzilla and Kong is Warner Brothers too. So Warner Brothers has potentially already 2 movies there. So maybe that's why they don't want to go there. But if they don't have that untitled DC movie, which we don't even know what that is yet, on March 5th, it could live on March 5th. And then by the time March 26th, Godzilla comes around, it is what it is.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. I liked the March release last year. I just hate how the cookie's crumbling.
No. I know it's and I think, but that's the thing, is a hubris is that we don't want to get out of the way. We were here first.
Right.
We have IMAX. What are you going to do now? I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Put your thoughts in there. Should Dune move? Should it stay? Will it help in the way that Barbenheimer did? I don't know. I want to hear what you're thinking. All right. We are going to do one more topic before we get to the questions, because this is a very interesting thing. And this is something, Steph, you and I have been talking about for a while. And even when the AI wasn't as strong as it was, you and I were talking about, I said, remember I would say this to you. I said, eventually they're going to be able to put young Bruce Willis in a Die Hard movie and no one will know the difference, and he'll be in it and he'll do a thing. Eventually that technology will get there. Well, it looks like we're getting close, because there was a movie that Val Kilmer was doing before he got sick. And he now, I guess his family signed off on the fact they're going to be doing this movie with him in AI. So this is kind of like a groundbreaking thing, I think, or the next step in what I ultimately thought is going to start happening with actors who, A, are no longer with us, B, too old to do certain roles. Let's see. So AI is used to add Val Kilmer into the film Deep. The late Top Gun and Batman Forever actor Val Kilmer passed away from pneumonia in April last year, but will make one final appearance on screen with the help. See, I don't know if you should say one final appearance, because I don't know if this is true. In 20 years from now, they might do a movie with Iceman and Tom Cruise. So I don't know about final appearance, but I'll say we'll make an appearance with the help of generative AI. Kilmer was cast in filmmaker Coertes Voorhees as Deep as the Grave in 2020. He was set to play Father Fenton, a Catholic priest and Native American spiritualist. However, due to his cancer, he never shot anything for it. Voorhees tells Variety that the project was very much designed around him. It drew on his Native American heritage and his ties to and love to the Southwest. Project had him ready to shoot, but he just was going through a really, really tough time medically, and he couldn't do it. Now, to finish the film, Voorhees has used generative AI to include Kilmer in the ensemble, following receiving permission to do so from the Kilmer estate and Kilmer's children, Mercedes and Jack. His family kept saying how important they thought the movie was, and that Val really wanted to be a part of this. He really thought it was an important story that he wanted his name on. It was that support that gave me the confidence to say, okay, let's do this, despite the fact that some people might call it controversial. This is what Val wanted. He always looked at emerging technologies with optimism as a tool to expand the possibilities of storytelling. This spirit is something that we are all honoring with this specific film, of which he was an integral part. The film itself is the true story of the Southwestern archaeologists Ann and Earl Morris and their excavations in Canyon de Chelly, Arizona, to try and trace the history of the Navajo people. Abigail Lurie, Tom Felton, Wes Studi, Abigail Breslin star in the film, with the AI Kilmer a significant part of the movie. Kilmer's voice, along with younger images and footage from his final years, are being used to represent the character in the movie. Very controversial topic, very controversial subject in general when it comes to AI. I mean, shit, even if you put an AI costume on somebody in a thumbnail, people lose their minds. AI in the thumbnail? It's like they're just designed now to fight against it. There are ways that people are reusing it in a tool, right? This is a little bit more than just using it as a tool. This is, Steph, one of those things where it looks like they're essentially, he didn't shoot anything in this. He didn't shoot a damn thing. So it wasn't like, okay, they're using a couple things to, take his performance and make him look younger. They're just basically using AI to use it. Now, the positive, I think, that you're going to say is that his family's getting paid for it. His family's going to see the benefits from it. But I'm sure you have more negatives and positives on this one.
Yeah.
What do you say?
My first inclination is just it feels extremely unnatural. It kind of feels like just coming off of the heels of Frankenstein and The Bride. It's like, this isn't the way. Personally, just like in every, I've studied both Buddhism, Christianity, and just like living life. I just think when it's our time, it's our time. And it sucks and it's the worst thing in the world. But to bring someone into a film, the only thing that's okay about this is that the family's okay with it.
Right.
Does that make it right? I would say for them, like their viewing purposes for sure, but for the industry in general, I feel like it sets a very strange precedent where we can just do whatever we want for whatever reason, whether it's good or bad, because we have the technology, which is kind of like the age old question of, morality in our decisions and what just because we can, should we?
Yeah, I get it. I think that, it's David, this is that same topic though. Like there will be that stance that Steph has that I think, and with valid concerns all the way through, but this isn't going to stop. This is going to continue to happen. There's going to be full on movies. You really look at, I bring up Kathleen Kennedy as an example. Kathleen Kennedy is already going from Lucasfilm to working on AI stuff. There'll be more stuff like this, and there will be more states that sign off to this stuff. And I will tell you that for me, that if someone cared enough about my body of work that they were, when I passed on, that they were going to do more things with my stuff, and they asked me to sign on, or my kids said, hey, if anything ever happened to you, would you sign on? I said, if it's going to benefit you guys, yeah, all day, use my image and do whatever you want and make podcasts with me all day long and interview stuff and do everything you do. Just make sure that they do it right. You guys are in charge of it. Please go ahead. I would do that and hope that they would do that. I think most people, maybe not. I shouldn't say, I don't want to speak for most people. I think a lot of people would feel that way about supporting their families if that was the case. And it seems like that's what Val Kilmer would want. So if that, you don't have to watch it, but I'm curious to see how it comes out, because I still don't think that they've got the juice yet when it comes to, oh, well, that's, right away, that's AI. Like I know right away, there's no depth to the performance. It looks like them, it's moving like them, but it sounds robotic. There's no motion to it. That's the trick. When they figure that part out, that's when all this shit's going to start happening, and new movies are going to happen all the time. David, what do you think about all this?
I think the first point I want to bring up, it's interesting because you said if it was like you in that position, you would be okay with it. And I think that comes from like a parent perspective.
Yeah.
More so than like a creative's perspective.
100%.
So I mean, me as like, I don't have any kids yet. So like me as a creative, I'd be like, no, absolutely not. You can't use, it's me. It's my imagery. It's my signature. It's what makes me wholly unique. Right. But as a parent, that's a very interesting aspect of it, where it's like, yeah, like I built this thing up so that I can benefit you guys. So if it still helps you guys, of course, keep using it. I think that's probably the only real silver lining to all of this, is probably Val Kilmer had the same mindset, I would like to believe. And he said to his kids, like, if it benefits you guys and your future generations, then by all means. It is that thing of like, there's this AI bubble and it bursts, man. And there's no putting it back in the box. Like people are going to use it regardless. We already see it right now all over the internet with like on Instagram reels and TikTok, and everyone's calling it, this is AI. And then it turns out to be real. And then people think something is real and it's AI. Right. So it's an interesting topic. I personally, again, coming more from like a creative aspect, I hate it. I hate that it's just basically replacing jobs for actual creatives. And that's the only thing I've seen AI do in the industry. It replaces people's jobs. And that's the part that sucks. It's like, so that's to me is where it's like, I'm not fully okay with it. And ultimately, yeah, you have to vote with your wallets. But like, we have big companies investing in AI. Disney's investing in AI. Let's not pretend like they're not.
Of course they are.
Yeah, they're all freaking doing it.
Yeah. All these companies are doing it. Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting, but yeah, I personally hate it. I don't like.
Yeah, no, I get it. Most people share your point of view, and I think that the other thing though, to just go off that point though, with taking the jobs, right? In this particular circumstance, AI is not actually taking the job from anyone. It's just allowing the person who had the job to still do it. But I mean, no, you're not wrong that it's taking jobs. I'm just saying in this particular, because you could make the case. Sure, but he passed away, is what Steph said. He passed away, now you give the job to somebody else. I get that, but this particular circumstance, it's not necessarily taking the job away. It's just like allowing that person to do it.
What happened with you remember Heath Ledger? He was making that movie, Mr. Yeah, right. And they just put Johnny Depp at the end of it, right, or something like that. They just recast him or just made him different. I mean, ultimately for the role, it's not like a real. Well, okay, it's based on a real person, right? But it's not. It hasn't been filmed yet. Val Kilmer never technically did anything to it. So technically you could recast, aka you could give the job to somebody else.
Totally.
I get the aspect of like wanting his legacy, and it's like it's his final performance. Technically it really isn't. It's still taking away a job from somebody that could benefit from it, honestly. So I don't know.
Absolutely. Yeah, you could have recast 100%. You could have recast. But I guess they really want to honor this thing. So it is going to come down to how it looks. It's going to come down to how it looks, because all eyes are going to be on this thing when it comes out, and there'll be a lot of coverage on it, because if it looks good, other studios are going to go, well, shit, man, let's talk to, like I said, let's talk to Bruce Willis's family. Let's see if we can do a Bruce Willis Die Hard movie. Let's see if that will happen. It'll happen. But if it's still not there, people are going to go, they did that for Val, and people, it's not there yet, and they're going to wait until it gets there.
But technology advances so quickly. Like, even if it's not there yet now, it will be.
That's right.
That's the crazy part. Like, all these data centers we have, it's not there yet is really the only parameter. It's not there yet. So
dude, how long's it been? 3.5 years since the boom of AI. I remember, Steph, when we were talking about it in the old studio, it's like it was just starting to push, and this has been like what, really 3 years or so, maybe 3.5, since like people really started pushing AI, and look where it is now.
I know. Yeah. And what's interesting to think about with AI is that it's like when you lay out this specific Val Kilmer case, and there can be 1,000 more, 1,000,000 more, where their specifics feel like, okay, the family said it was okay, this specific role was written for him, all of these standardizations. But if you look at like any other practice in the world, like specifically that I can draw like a parallel to like how law works, how different laws work. It's not specific case by case. It's not like, oh, I was really struggling to feed my family, like I lost my job, the economy crashed, so I stole some food and then I gave food to my family. It's like, in a great world, like I'd be like, case by case, they should get that, like they shouldn't even be in trouble for that. But like we don't have any regulation set up for AI, and then when it just starts like this to come back, like David was saying with like Pandora's box unloading it's going to be impossible. So if we take this step, continue to take these steps with no regulation, then there won't, to me, ever be regulation, and then it will be an insane world to live in.
I agree, and I think it's already like there's a lot of things that, I mean, they're regulating some things, thank God, because like when it comes to
like revenge,
like
AI,
any stuff,
that stuff, like you can't do that. And so there's a lot that you can't do already, but then they push the limits. I mean, look, we had a whole debate and topic of conversation about it when it came to when Batman is fighting Captain America, and then these Chinese companies that are doing that, they're getting sued for copyright, but like we don't care, sue us for copyright. What do you that starts to be like, how does that all work out? There's a reason why, as David mentioned, why Disney signed off on like Sora using their characters and stuff too, because they felt like people are breaking the limits and we might as well benefit from it. And they want to be ahead of the curve. So it's interesting to see. And I will be honest with you. Let me ask you this, and I want you to be honest. Will you watch the movie to see how it looks? Steph?
No.
I
would watch a clip. Okay. Yeah. I would watch a clip.
Yeah.
I like I'm like very picky, choosy with my movies nowadays. Like I'm not gonna.
That's fair. I believe you. David?
Yeah, I'd watch the trailer and just be like, I don't know if I'd actually like go to the theater. Maybe if it drops on streaming and it's like, maybe out of curiosity, but to me to vote for my wallet and go watch it in the theater, probably not. Honestly.
I won't see it in the theater. I'll watch it. I'll start it on digital. I'll start it when it comes out, and I'll see within the first scene or two, oh, that was a swing. They're not there yet. Or holy shit.
Right.
We're in trouble.
or holy shit, we're in trouble. So I will be watching it on digital and see how long it keeps my attention to see, because like I'll watch some of these AI things that they do, because Star Wars, they do them all the time. And it always looks interesting, right? There's stuff, they did this whole thing about the Darth Plagueis and everything too, but I can't invest in it all the time because it's just so clear that it's like, when you go over here, make sure that they see you. And if you see them, make sure that they know that I'm the one that sent you. And it's like, but it looks 1,000 times better than it ever did. but it sounds so robotic. And I'm like, I never finish them because I'm like, oh, that's cool. There's a Darth Bane thing and there's this, that's interesting. But I don't feel like I'm really watching I feel like I'm watching like a bad cutscene in a video game.
Yeah, well, here's the thing too with AI. Ultimately, right? You can't really teach it emotion. You can't teach it inflection. You can't teach it how to interpret. Yeah, that's true too. But for real, like the most part, AI, especially when it's just AI for creativity sake, it just copies or does the best amalgamation of what it thinks something should sound like, but it can never fully interpret what it thinks it should sound like, if that makes sense. So that's why every time you hear those voices, they sound so robotic. Or if you're like, with like in my personal business with music, when you hear like music AI, it's very clearly like it sounds pretty good, but it's like very clearly like, oh, it copied like Taylor Swift here, it copied Ariana Grande here, it copied Sabrina Carpenter here. But sometimes for like a good idea for someone to release a demo or work on something, an idea, it's a good tool to start you with, but to use it as the final product, that's the part where I'm like, I don't know. I just
Yeah. So we'll see what happens when that comes out. This is just the start of it. What say you guys? Put your thoughts in there about this Val Kilmer movie. Will you be watching it? Will you be checking it out? Do you think that it's gonna be the norm soon? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. All right, David, you sticking around with us for the second?
Yeah, I'll stick around. I'll stick around.
Cool. All right. So right now, Steph, you need 106 in order to tie Roxy. You are currently at 30.
Okay.
All right. So can we do it here? I believe so. With David B as the good luck charm, I think we can do it. Let's get Steph to, and we didn't have Steph. It was your birthday like last week, wasn't it?
Yes.
We didn't have Steph on for her birthday, so let's start with your birthday, Jess. See, I might have just hurt Roxy here. Speaking of Roxy just told me.
Oh yeah, did she respond?
Yes, she did. So she watched the first episode. What do you think her thoughts are of the episode? Steph, you know her better than most.
Season 1 or season 2?
Season 1. And so she asked me, she said, she goes, do you think I should watch this? And I said, 100%. She goes, because I talked to Greg and Andrew and they don't think that I would like it. I go, I disagree. I said, I think that you would like it because I think that once you get past the tone and you invest in the characters, because you understand, because the tone is confusing at first until you realize what the tone is, and then the tone grabs you.
Yeah, I think it's going to take her a few episodes.
Yeah.
So I think her reaction was, I'm not there yet.
This is what she said. I watched the first episode. The characters were cute. It's going to take a second to get used to the tone. Feels like an over-the-top play right now, but I think I could like it.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, you get used to the tone for sure once you invest in the characters.
Totally. Because even for me being a longtime anime fan, it is like, I asked myself, why is this working? Because there are moments where I'm like, this is so like almost campy at times.
Yes, it is.
And then it's like they just have these moments where you're like, this is such a great show.
It's so good. Season 2 is better than 1.
Oh my god! And every episode got better.
Yeah, I loved the season. Do you watch it, David?
No, I fell off of anime during college, but
not anime. This is live action.
This is live action?
It's the live action version of the anime.
Oh, it's like the first good live action anime.
I was about to say, I'm from that era where they did live action Dragon Ball, and I was like,
oh my god, it's like the worst thing ever. No, I was too, and I'm still kind of against most of them. Like, people are talking about Demon Slayer live action. I'm like, please don't touch it. Please don't touch it. But this one it's really good.
I'll have to check it out. That being said, I did check out because I love Cowboy Bebop. That's personally my favorite anime, and I did not mind the live action.
I didn't like it.
It wasn't Cowboy Bebop, but it was something different. I was like, it's fine. But yeah, Cowboy Bebop's like masterpiece. Like, don't.
All right, here's our first one. Kate, my phone died today. Painful. Anyway, I love you all sending my hope and positivity forward. Kate's the best.
You're the best.
You really
sorry.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Michael D, I'm 97% certain there'll be a 2 post-credit scene for Brand New Day. Surely one is Doomsday related, yes, and the other just for a lighthearted gag joke, or maybe no. I think you're probably right.
No.
Yeah, I think that sounds right. There'll be a big tie-in to Doomsday, and then there'll be like a funny one.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I agree.
Yeah. Arago, Bloodsport getting a remake from A24. I did hear that. I feel like so many of Van Damme movies could be remade and would be great. Yeah, as A24 doing it, I say okay. But it's hard. Winston's never seen Bloodsport. I know Steph's never seen Bloodsport, but Winston's never seen Bloodsport, and we're gonna watch that. But I don't know, remake. We'll see. There could be a lot of movies. Cyborg, I think they could do a remake of, and probably make it better. You guys, Van Damme got people at all? I know, David, you watch any old Van Damme movies?
So when I was growing up, my dad was really big into Van Damme's.
Okay.
So I saw like Bloodsport,
Yeah.
all those movies too. I don't remember them personally. I was kind of too young to be honest. But I don't know. I like the Roadhouse remake, which I feels like in that similar veins. And I was like, oh, this could work too.
I hope so. Johnny Patrizia, what do you look at?
Oh my god, that photo!
Me and Dune. What do you think of fans calling for Netflix to submit Mark Harelek for the featured actor Emmy next year? He was amazing in that episode. That's the Doctor.
Oh, he was.
Wasn't he great? He's like Doc Brown.
He was really good. That episode really
it broke me. It was so good.
Me.
He
was very good. He was like Doc, but just different enough where you're like, it's a unique character.
I think it's my favorite episode of the entire series.
Oh yeah, it was so. I was like, if he's not in this for the good, I didn't need to go through this. And then I was like,
do you know who was originally cast? You know, because Katie Sagal, it was great. Do you know?
Oh yeah, legend. I just watched this interview.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis, which I feel like she would have killed it too, but I just thought Seagal was so good.
And I feel like I love Jamie Lee Curtis, but I feel like she's in everything.
I thought it was like a refreshing. I like how the whole show kind of has actors that you might know, might not know. I like that.
I mean, she's so great. She's a legend from Married with Children, and
totally.
When that laugh she does in it, I thought she was like a cool badass, like kind of like
I loved her. I loved her.
Basically became a member. Good time to be a member. We got our live stream coming up tomorrow, our exclusive live stream that we do once a month. For people who don't know, PLD, if he hasn't done it already, posts that you guys can submit questions, and anybody who's a member should do it. And you get your question out there, and anybody that's a $5 or over member can come in and ask a video question. So you can join us on the thing. So make sure you join. We do it once a month. We'd love to see you guys there. And I wonder if the Discord is at 300 yet. I think we're getting close. Arago, I hope this Exorcist remake is great. Was such a fan of the OG. Is it an actual remake? I thought it was like a sequel. It's a remake. I don't know why they're doing a remake of Exorcist.
Yeah, the first one still is scary.
Yeah, Mike Flanagan is like the king right now, but like that movie, just leave it alone. I have it on Laserdisc. It's one of my favorite top horror movies. A lot of these remakes are bad, especially when they start changing a lot from the OG. I don't know. Does anybody want to see it? Like, I mean, I know again, Mike Flanagan probably is one of the reasons why you go, okay, maybe they can make this work, but like, I don't know. Does anybody really need an if it's a sequel? Okay, give me a sequel. Give me something like that's related to it in some way or another. They've done tons of sequels already, I guess, but like, I don't know. What do you think?
I don't think they should do a remake. I think like when a movie still works, there's no need for a remake.
Yeah,
right.
That's how I would feel about. There's a lot of movies like that where I'm like, it still holds, so don't remake.
Yeah, that won't stop Hollywood, unfortunately. But I agree with that aspect too. Like,
there are sometimes, I mean, we were just talking about Van Damme, right? Like, you know, what movie did very well that I think they could do a remake with it, or maybe even a sequel again too. So maybe furthering your guys' point is like Time Cop, right? Maybe they don't necessarily need to do a remake to Time Cop, but they could do a sequel to Time Cop. So maybe, yeah, you guys are right. Maybe it's like if it's really done well and it did well, continue the story. Don't remake the story.
Yeah.
Okay. Michael D. So look at that picture.
God.
It's amazing.
Guys.
Speaking about getting high, have any of you following the Afroman defamation case? It needs to be documentary. It's hilarious. I mean, the Afroman song was incredible. You remember that song?
Of course.
What's the?
No, I haven't been following this.
No, what's the case? What is it? What is that?
I'm curious now too.
Yeah, I want to know what it is too. Michael D. Fun fact: Kristian won the giant in Game of Thrones. Oh, at Hardhome in the Battle of the Bastards was named after Phil Sims, because George lost a bet on a Giants Cowboy game. Is that really true? I didn't know that. That's hilarious. Armada, David B is off. Sure is.
Thanks, man.
Look at this big one from James Wheeler here. Says, I'm just here to support Steph and David. What a way to do it.
Thank you.
Thank you,
James. That's amazing. Thank you so much. And that's incredibly generous, and we love having David be on the show. Kick It to the King, great name. Taylor Swift was supposedly Dazzler in Deadpool 3, and Marvel did the bait and switch with the Mandarin. Why are folks so quick to believe that Sadie equals Jean? Look, I was convinced, and I was told that she was Gwen Stacy. I was told with someone who's never been wrong so far, but then that person kind of backtracked a little bit less the next time I saw them. But I don't know. I think that the way that they're making this look and the setup to the X-Men have to come soon. If I was going to bet, I still believe in my person, but I'm gonna bet Jean Grey first, and then I'll go Gwen Stacy second. You guys think she's Jean Grey, David?
I think so. You got to introduce the X-Men in some way before
Right.
Doomsday, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Make
that's
it make
why I
sense,
think
yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Okay. King of the Wicker People. Hey guys, hoping y'all's week is going well. Do you plan on doing reaction of season 1 of Punisher? Some of the best writing they've done. The answer is yes, and probably before the series, because I've never seen. Did they do season 2? How many seasons are the Punisher?
There's 2.
I've never seen 1 or 2. I've never seen either season, so it would be a first time watch for me as well, and for Sam. So maybe before Sam sees Brand New Day, we'll go through all of Daredevil. And some people think Daredevil is going to be in this movie, in the Brand New Day.
Yeah, I saw that.
They think he's leaping. He's one of the people leaping, and they've cut it out. We'll see. So yeah, I'll probably do a reaction to that. I mean, now that look, with Sam, I'll do it because I feel like you guys will watch it with her. Tim Sim, as someone who loved all the post Endgame MCU stuff that didn't work for everyone, hoping that it's the on-ramp that it needs to be from Loki and Fantastic Four first steps into Doomsday and Secret Wars. He's got another one that's coming up, and he follows up with another very generous one. Thank you, Tim. Interesting message I got from one of my buds after seeing the Dune Part 3 teaser is F Disney and Kathleen for ruining Star Wars. If Dune Part 3 is great, then the Dune trilogy is a real sequel trilogy well deserved. Thoughts? Yeah. I mean, look, Andor took some of that stuff. Like, it's more like kind of the not realistic dialogue. Obviously not realistic in what they're talking about, but it feels like real people talking. It feels like real politics. It feels like designed characters. It feels like there's real emotion. It's not just, oh, there's a cave. Now let's have a jetpack. And now another monster. And it's like, it's boring to keep doing that. And to me, the two best Star Wars things were Dune and Andor and Rogue One. So, and that's connected to Andor. So, I don't know, Steph, what do you think about this? I know you're a Dune person too. Do you think that that's the way to go? That they should start making stuff more like that, or they got to divvy it up?
More like in the vein of Dune.
Yeah, should Star Wars start to try to say let's try to let's go down a different route here and maybe get away from the campy cartoon shit all the time.
I mean, I would love that.
Yeah,
I would love that. I don't think that but yeah, I don't know if they're going to. I wonder what like their marketing tells them, like money wise, what would get them more.
Yeah, I don't know, Dave. What do you think about Tim's message as far as what his friend said that Dune trilogy is the real Star Wars sequel trilogy well deserved?
I mean, isn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong, because my history right now is fuzzy. But wasn't like Star Wars heavily influenced by Dune the book, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like technically Dune is Star Wars, and Star Wars is a Dune ripoff. But in terms of like the cartoony aspect, like I grew up with episodes 1, 2, and 3. That's my Star Wars that I grew up with. So for me, like the cartoony aspect doesn't really bother me that much. It's also like George Lucas always comes from a place of like serialization. He likes like that kind of like fun aspect to it.
Sure.
Yeah, I wasn't crazy about the sequel trilogy either, especially episode 9. That's to me is officially my worst Star Wars. So I kind of get where people are coming from, but nowadays too, there's so much Star Wars in like the comic books, the video games, High Republic novel books, movies and stuff. Like there's something to like for you if you want to be into Star Wars. Like for me personally, it's the video games with like Jedi, the Jedi games and all that stuff, or like bounty hunters. So
great point. And then Tim, as far as your the post-Endgame stuff, it absolutely needs to incorporate Loki and Fantastic Four, and I believe that it will. It looks like it is at least set up from that post-credit scene from Thunderbolts. So for sure. RQMDSMD, have a great show today. Thank you. It's my birthday. Happy birthday. And I'm heading out.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday. Catch the rest of the show later. I thought Spider-Man and Dune 3 trailers are great. My best to all and have a great day. Yeah, the trailers are amazing. And Yeah, we're getting into that space now where the summer movie trailers are going to start flowing, and then summer movies start coming out, and this is the busiest time of the year for all of us because of what we'll be doing, and yeah, it's going to be those two movies in general. What's that?
I'm not going to be busy.
You'll be busy seeing the movie. Nathan Drake, Charlie Cox said he's not in the movie, but I'm convinced that that's who they digitally erased when Spider-Man's fighting. They handed that list. I'm with you. I think that's true because there's a lot of people who weren't in the movie, right? Like Benedict Cumberbatch wasn't what's his face Khan, and Andrew Garfield wasn't in No Way Home. So of course, people they lie all the damn time.
Yeah.
Tim Sim, finally, how do you rank? Wait, what do you rank these big movies of the year so far in terms of anticipation? Brand New Day, Dune Part 3, The Odyssey, and other films I might miss. Next best picture Oscar battle could be Denis versus Nolan. Very well could be. The question is, again, if you come out and this is maybe another reason why, as I think that both Steph and David mentioned when it comes to why they don't want to move, is because they want to get that Oscar battle in there with Denis. Yeah, I think that's very possible that if Dune Messiah turns out to be really good, you could be seeing that. As far as my anticipated, this is tough, man. I'm gonna say for me right now, The Odyssey, Dune Part 3, and Brand New Day. I want to see all three of them, but that's my list. Steph, what's yours?
I think I have the same order, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually have the same order too. I'm super stoked for The Odyssey.
Me too. So The Odyssey, Dune Part 3, and then but I want to see all three of them. Like
Yeah.
I want to see
Yeah,
all
yeah.
three of them. But that's just if you're like you can only see in your order. How are you going to see it? It would pain me to do it. Like, but that's it. And you didn't include Doomsday in there either. Nathan Drake, I'm just excited for a true Spidey New York setting story, not him in DC or Europe like the first two. Yeah, I think that you're going to get that for the first like half an hour of the movie. I think it's going to be the really New York based, and then we're going to get into the Marvel kind of, you see all that kind of crazy shit that's going on afterwards. But I think the first half an hour is going to be him like just being New York Spider-Man. You guys agree?
Yeah, at least.
We're at 41, Steph. We're
Okay.
pushing. You need a little over 60 something within half an hour. Possible. Andy's Franksy, is it just me, or does the key to the city spoil Daredevil season 2? Also, Game of Thrones episode 10 today for members. I'm predicting an Endgame type Sam reaction. I showed you some of the reaction for. I played it here before. I don't know if I still have it, but
is it the Red Wedding?
No, it's Jon Snow.
Oh,
Did I show you guys? I don't know if I still have it. Let me see if I still have it. Snow. Do we still have it?
that reaction to the Red Wedding popped up on my IG, and I was like, I didn't know I was going to relive trauma today. That's cool.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if I can find if I have it. If I have this clip, it might be here. If I have it, it's here. But you know what? I think I deleted it yesterday, actually. But you'll see it soon. But she reacted to it pretty well. The full reaction comes out tomorrow. But yes, we're gonna have it for members in just a little bit. Okay. Oh shit! I just realized I never got back to Mike. Oops. Mike said, "Yeah, I can do the show tomorrow if you want." I didn't need him on today.
Oh,
I forgot to respond to him. So, Mike, I don't need you today.
okay.
All right. The little Yankee. Maybe Odyssey and Brand New Day this July will give us an idea of how successful Dunesday will be this December. I think I do. I think that's going to be, an indication and show you that what David said earlier is spot on. It has nothing to do with whether or not you're fatigued or don't care about Marvel. If you care about the Avengers and if you care about Spider-Man, you don't give a shit about those other movies that came out and if they were good or if you didn't like them. You want to see them because they're the classic characters.
Yep.
Okay. JC33. Charlie Cox was on Kimmel last night and said he was shooting Daredevil yesterday. Do you think that's part of this season or next? It confused me. Are they doing a season 3?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't know if they're doing a season 3, so I'm not sure because it seems because the whole season's done. I'm looking at it. So yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. That confuses me too, JC. I'm not sure. Track stars. I'm more excited to see Dune than Doomsday, to be honest. I understand that, and I also understand that because you have a full trailer for Dune. You don't have a full trailer for Doomsday yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all we have is teasers. Yeah, that's a good point.
That's it. Savan Dobo. Why couldn't Dune move to November like the first? Good question. So November right now, you're looking at. Wait, let me get to December of 2020, November 2026. Well, November 1st is V for Vendetta. They're doing a re-release, but November 6th is the Warner Brothers has Dr. Seuss's The Cat in the Hat. So I'm not going to put two movies out against each other in the same weekend. Then November 13th is A Christmas Carol from Paramount Pictures and The Great Beyond from Warner Brothers, another Warner Brothers movie. So they probably don't want to go up against their own movie in The Great Beyond. I Play Rocky comes out on November 20th. The Hunger Games, they probably don't want to go up against Hunger Games. But I mean, I'd rather go up against Hunger Games than I would Doomsday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Fokker-in-Law and then Hexed from Walt Disney. I mean, you could put out, I mean, you probably don't want to knock out.
I think it was because of IMAX, right?
It's probably because of IMAX, and it's also probably because of, that's exactly right. IMAX 100%. That I think they're probably all taken at that point. So you would lose IMAX, and they don't want to lose IMAX.
No.
And you also don't want to knock out your second week of Great Beyond, which is a Warner Brothers movie. So
Right.
I think Steph answered the question, though. I think it's because IMAX is all gone at that point.
Because we tried to do that. Christian and I went through month by month, and then we were kind of like, wait.
Yeah, I think it's all take. So David did give us a point on this already, but Mike's Movie Madness. David B., what is your take on AI? It seems it's hitting the music side harder than any other industry right now. And labels will totally make AI bands, artists, and listeners will be none the wiser.
Yeah, we got another half hour because but I'll share this tidbit. Like I've lost gigs because of AI.
Really?
Like,
How?
I had a client, I won't share who because I won't do that, but like I had a client who came to me like, we want you to write songs. And I went, okay, great. Give me your notes. I'll write them. I wrote them according to their notes. And then they would be like, oh, it's not exactly what we're thinking. We're thinking of this. And then they would send me something AI generated. And then I would write based on what they sent me. And that happened 2 times where their notes didn't match exactly what the AI created. And then eventually they were just like, you know what? We're going to go on a different path, which to me was like, oh, you're just going to use the AI ultimately.
Right. Because it's significantly cheaper. Right.
Yeah, exactly. You just pay your little monthly membership instead of paying me like original money. And it's a bummer, and it is what it is. And like as a creative, it does kind of mess with you a little bit. But I asked other friends like, hey, what does this sound like to you? And then they told me exactly what the notes said. So it's one of those things where even like the client doesn't quite know what they want, but the AI just again amalgamates everything, and then they go, this kind of sounds like stuff I know, so I'll just use this. So you don't have to pay singers, producers, musicians, none of it.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so it's a bummer. And then the artist aspect too, nowadays you see this a lot on Spotify too. This is why I hate Spotify too. It's a necessary evil as a musician, but you see now that people are just creating songs in the likeness of bands and artists, releasing it on AI, and then Spotify's a little too late to like catch it, and like whoever made that song already got their revenue from it, even though it's not like the band's original content whatsoever. So
it's rough. There's this one guy who does this. I'd be lying to you if I told you I didn't stop and listen to it, but like it was, he listens to, it's like 50 Cent, but his music as if it was like, you know, old jazz, like in the club, but as old jazz. And then he listens to it's like Eminem, but like folk Irish or something like that. And like sometimes it sounds like shit, and then sometimes it sounds decent. And it's like
going back to like our previous conversation with like Val Kilmer too, like I follow artists and bands who are like expressly are like, if you're genuinely my fan, don't do that.
Right.
Don't feed my song into AI and then tell it to create it in bachata or salsa or whatever. Like I hate this shit. And it's like, yeah, I get it. Like if we had regulations, but unfortunately right now we don't, because it's just like
Wild Wild West. Yeah. GoPal box office over the Christmas period is weird. You see higher takes and much smaller drops week to week. So I'd stand Pat if I were Dune. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think it probably, if you're going for the Oscars, you just say, let's see if we can hit the iceberg and not sink our ship.
Yeah.
That's really how you got to go. And you got to say, let's see if all we need to do is make a fair amount of money. Not $1 billion. Dune's not looking to make $1 billion. It's not going to make $1 billion.
No.
It's looking to get enough money to make its budget back and get nominated for awards. Doomsday is not looking for awards. It's looking to make all the money. And it's looking to push into January and own January also. So we'll see. But I think Gopal makes a good point. He also says, I wonder, Kilmer was sick for so long and probably not able to do projects he had wanted to. So maybe he'd be okay with AI into things. Well, that's what they insinuate, is that he was pretty on board with new technology and everything. So Mike's Movie Madness. David, any advice to a guitarist who wants to make his own music but doesn't have access to a band, like plugins or backing tracks?
Oh yeah. So it depends on what you want to do. I can say, like, me growing up learning guitar on my own, it was magazines at the time, so like Guitar World, Guitar Tabs, and then eventually the internet. You can look up a lot of stuff on YouTube, ultimateguitar.com, if you're looking for tabs. In terms of not having a band, there's a bunch of backing tracks on YouTube. If I'm practicing like jazz stuff, for example, there's a bunch of backing tracks on YouTube. You just put in the title of the song you want and then backing tracks. But yeah, my personal thing is just like consume, man. Consume everything, listen to everything, find guitar driven music, go down the rabbit hole on your Spotify or YouTube algorithm. And then whatever you like, try to find the music online and just try to replicate it as best as you can. Go slow, really work on your technique first. If you want to be a shredder, make sure you sound good before going fast. So you're just like, oh, I can play fast, but you sound like shit. At the end of the day, you sound like shit. So really work on your craft and like, have fun with it. Understand the beginning. You're going to learn a lot really quickly. And then you're going to run into that one technique that fucking sucks and it hurts and you hate it and you want to put the guitar down. But if you're able to push through that wall, it becomes fun after that. Everything's just like a challenge, a fun challenge. So,
you know, the challenge that I love that you did, and then some was, so again, David's a big wrestling fan. So when we were coming up with Friday Night Titans, I called him first and I was like, I wanted to seem like the beginning of Monday Night Raw, like from the 90s, late 90s, like that theme song. And it's one of my favorite. It was such a great, I wish we would have created Titans back in 2016 though.
Yeah.
You know, Titans was created after the show had taken such a hit that it was doing like 10 to 15,000 views an episode. And it was like,
I love Titans though, because it did feel like old school SCHMOEDOWN with like the storylines and the characters and stuff.
It was the best version of the show that we ever did. And I wish that I would have come up with it during 2016. If I would have come up with Titans during 2016, it would have been, it was the stupid idiots who say, well, SCHMOEDOWN was good until the wrestling aspect took a hold of it. It was there since the first season.
It was literally why people liked the SCHMOEDOWN in the first place.
Season. When one of the top viewed videos of like 400,000 views was Andrew Guy tackling John Roca.
Yeah,
and there was wrestling from the beginning of it. It never changed. Once they got the wrestling stuff, that's when it went downhill. So season 1 is when it went downhill, because that's when it started. Alan Smithy. Yo, David B, thanks for all the SCHMOEDOWN tunes. You're the man, despite the fact you're a corruption fan. Nobody's perfect. Hey,
I don't discriminate, man. I just write for whoever Christian told me to write for. Let's be honest. I didn't just write for whoever.
Yeah, people love the loves corruption. Loved it. All right, let's see. This is Tim Sim coming back in. Thank you, Tim. This may be from my leftist perspective, but in my humble opinion, signing off for AI to use your face and voice to benefit your family is one thing. But will y'all not see how it'll negatively affect others? It's selfish. See, I don't necessarily know if it's selfish because we don't know the design. You can't. I see, Tim. You know how much I like you. I like you. That's too definitive to say it's selfish. Now, are there some aspects? Are there some circumstances that at times you could have done something else that maybe it's selfish in general instead of helping other out? Like David B just said, where he has the gig. You know, they're working with him, and then he does, and then they do AI, and they don't worry about David. They worry about themselves. You can consider that selfish, but in an aspect like that, where you go, it's for my family. This was written for him. This is a role that only I wanted him to play. His family has signed off on it. His family will benefit from him. I don't think that's selfish. I think you could have, as David said, you could have cast someone else to it. But selfish, I think people throw names out too much, and that's a definitive statement, and I don't agree with it. I don't know how you guys feel about it.
I think it's more like, I think what Tim Sim is saying in selfishness is like the way things are, that people retire, die, whatever the means, and then the younger generation comes in and those roles are available for them. It's like that's the way of life. But if you just like are like, because I'm taking care of my family, I'm going to kind of go against what like the way that it has been, then that could be argued as selfish.
But couldn't you also argue the reason that the way it has been is because those tools weren't available to people 60, 70 years ago? If those tools were available to people 60, 70 years ago, would the way it will always have been that they've always just done that? Like, so the example of 100 years from now, if they go, well, wait a minute, why, like, we're not, that the way it's always been is once you died, you could replace yourself. They're not doing that anymore. Like, couldn't that be argued the same thing?
I guess, but it's like I think that there's something magical about the way life works. And like, I'm a huge Audrey Hepburn fan.
Sure.
I revisit her movies all the time. I think there's something magical that I can only revisit the ones that she did.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would feel like even though I love her so much, I wouldn't.
Right.
Yeah. So you could argue it.
But I wouldn't say it was selfish though. But I understand what you're saying.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's probably better terms for
Right.
for
That's
what
what I'm
it
saying.
is.
Like,
Yeah.
selfish is too definitive. It's not fair.
I would maybe label it as possibly misguided in terms of being unselfish.
Yeah.
Ultimately, well, it's one of those things we have to wait and see. Ultimately, what happens? We can't say one way or the other right now. I personally kind of lean towards where Steph is saying, though. I feel like this is just something that people are going to start using to their advantage in a negative way. But I hope I'm wrong, genuinely.
I unfortunately can understand why you would go that route because a lot of people are horrendous. So it's
Yeah.
People suck.
Right.
Very
Right.
fair. It's very fair to say, but I'm trying to think if I can. Where is my desktop? Because I have something I wanted to show you guys, but it's gone. Where the hell is it, Steph? Oh yeah, okay, Steph. So people do suck, but who doesn't are dogs.
Yeah.
Oh no, and it didn't work.
Literally obsessed with my dog.
I have I was trying to have a picture. My wife just sent me a picture of my dog with with sunglasses on, and it's absolutely ridiculous.
Oh my gosh!
And I don't know why I can't upload it. I'm trying. Let me send it to Luke, and maybe Luke can put it in there, and then Luke usually pulls the magic trick. So I'm going to send this to Luke, and Luke, let me know if you actually got this going. All right. All right. So again, thank you, Tim. Tim's always great. Seattle KO. Happy birthday to Steph. GoPal follows that up.
Thank you.
And Mike Joyce says the same. Happy belated birthday and anniversary. That's right. It's also anniversary.
Yes.
Aww.
March is my month.
Let's get Steph the win. Come on. CB the legend. Over under Doomsday and Brand New Day make over 4.5 billion combined. So this is going to be an easy one for me. I'm going to go over.
Oh, and Brand New Day. Okay. Yeesh. I don't know. I think right around there.
Over under.
I might go slightly under just because of the state of the world right now, but we'll see where we're at in the future. But
I would go under.
Slightly going over. All right, we'll see. Go pal. Michael Cole. Not Michael Cole. Michael Cole from WWE. Mikaela Cole is doing Bloodsport remake, and I thought people would lose their minds at the gender race swap. But maybe she's only writing or directing. Yeah, I don't know. We don't know. We don't have enough about it yet. I heard it briefly that they were doing. I don't know enough about the details. Future Zeitgeist Dimension. I'm using AI to animate my graphic novel Harmony Awakens test footage. If you guys want to check out on my YouTube. So, I mean, that's, again, a lot of people are doing that too. That's the other side that we've talked about before, Steph and David B. I don't know how you feel about this too, right? So let's take someone like Future Guy Dimension, who, let's say, he doesn't have a budget.
Yep.
And he doesn't have someone to say, hey, I know an animator that will do this and work with me, but I really want to see my graphic novel come to life. I don't know how to animate, but I have such a great idea. I know I want to do this, and I just want to see how it looks, and he uses AI to do it. What's your take on that?
That's tough, man, because I low-key get it. Like,
right.
like living a creative life is already such a struggle sometimes. You have your ups and your downs. And if you're just looking to like just get your foot in the door and rise above the noise, because there's so much fucking content everywhere.
Yeah.
To get you started, maybe. I think, man, like I know for me personally, like this is how I do it when I make my music. Like I just learned how to do it, like YouTube videos and following my favorite producers and artists and just like friends asking for their advice, like, hey, how do I do this in like my DAW or my Logic Pro X, and like or asking friends sometimes too, like, can you help me do this, even if it's like not exactly what you want it to look or sound like. At the very least, you can get really close just by collaborating with other people, making friendships, making networking and all that stuff. So but if it's like someone in like middle of fucking nowhere and it's like there's literally no one around me, like I can't deny that it's a good tool to get your ideas out as well.
Good answer. All right, hold on. Before we get to the next one, here you go, Steph. You ready for this?
Yes. Oh my god. Why is he in a Minnie Mouse outfit?
Because my daughter's homesick.
Amazing. That is totally the result of having a sister.
Yeah.
He is brother for sure.
Absolutely. Now, Luke, yep. So that's a
the
good
bow in his hair with the little one sick, right?
The little one. Yeah.
Yep. That's her style, 100%.
Oh, 100%. She said something amazing.
Fly.
Yeah. But yeah, the dude is he knows when she's home that he's in for some shit.
Yeah,
he's like, yeah. The king of the record people. Since you guys are digging live action anime, you should check out Rurouni Kenshin. It's about a legendary samurai who's known for killing hundreds of people during a war, trying to live as a pacifist, but is slowly haunted by old enemies from his past.
That sounds cool.
That sounds cool.
I love the anime. I did watch that anime back when I was watching anime regularly. That's a
Where
good
does the
anime.
live action live?
I have no idea. I didn't even know they had a live action Rurouni Kenshin.
Interesting.
Netflix.
Armada 8YT saw. Look at that thumbnail, is amazing. Look at that avatar picture. You know.
Oh my gosh.
You see this stuff.
Oh, Penny.
It's Penny and Mike. So Saw movie fights with Mance and Penny not mentioned. No, I'm surprised. No, I don't think anybody on that crew knew the Mance Penny joke. I don't think Mance knows the Penny joke yet. And if you would please stop mentioning me with Penny Bob. I don't even need a haircut. Armada 8YT. Have you ever watched Battle Rap? Blind Fury is amazing. I have not heard about it. Never watched it.
No.
Keenan Carson again. Thank you. First of all, and I also want to thank King of the Wicked People for that very generous super chat as well. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Keenan Carnes 6998. Sadie's going to be Rachel Summer. She'll help tie Spidey to Doomsday. She's a time traveling reality hoping telepath. Makes sense. She's James Marsden and Cyclops' daughter. Think about these Doomsday's teasers. That could be good too.
That could be
interesting
good.
way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be down with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
As long as she's an X-Men, I feel like that would be my ideal.
Yeah. Good way to time travel too. Armada 8YT. Who would you rather have make a rap album if you have to choose one? Gary Busey, Tommy Wiseau, Bobcat Goldthwait. Oh man.
I don't know who Bobcat.
Oh my God, Steph.
Oh.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Steph. I would like.
Oh my gosh, no, but I like him.
He's the best. He's from Police Academy and other things. So good. But this is easy.
Oh yeah, because we never watched Scrooged. He's in Scrooged.
Come on.
Thank you very much. This is Gary Busey, and I like to eat cheese. I eat it real fast. I eat it, and then I say, please. I walk around the store, and I look around for the moon. I don't know why. When will I be home? I'll be home soon. I'm Gary Busey. That's me. I like to eat cheese backwards. Thank you.
Yeah, that's
Beautiful.
That might be your most spot on what I actually think you'd rap about. I think Tommy, I just never know what's going on.
True.
With Gary either, but I think Tommy.
I was gonna go Tommy Wiseau as well.
That's
That would be
good.
hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, Michael D. Regarding look at that picture.
You
Yeah,
guys.
that's from today. He just took that from today. I don't even know what the hell was it talking about. A jury rejected defamation lawsuit brought by sheriff deputies. They were sued over music videos featuring footage from their raid. Oh wow, that's Crazy. At his home.
That's amazing. I'm gonna have to look into that.
Alleging it caused humiliation. Afro Man won, arguing his content was protected parody and artistic expression.
I love that. Go Afro Man.
Michael D. And happy birthday, Steph.
Thank you.
Go, pal. Thou shalt not make a machine in the likeness of a human mind. Yeah, good luck.
It's too late.
Too late.
Yeah.
I watched this. Oh my god! You know when you like watch videos past a certain time at night and they just feel scarier.
Yes.
So I was watching this like YouTube doc, and it was basically molded its own version of AI so it could answer the questions that it needed to answer.
Okay.
And I turned it off after it got to a certain point where it's like, do you categorize and kind of put humans in a hierarchy? And then it did. Like It was like by certain countries and how they're raised and like the standards they put us in a higher.
Wow.
Yes. And I'm like, oh my god.
That's what my daughter did with the family last night. When we were laying, I put her to bed, and she's like, and so I do this thing where she gives things grades. So she'll give her favorite restaurants grades and other things. So last night we did family members.
Amazing.
So I go, Mama, and she goes, A+. And I go, Dad. She goes, A+. You're fun. I go, okay.
Okay.
I go, and I said, how about we have Grandpa Phil, and then we have Papa, and they both got A's, right? Both grandmothers got A's, and then I said Vivi, who's her sister. She goes C+.
Oh wow.
So good. All right, next one. Jared, do you think Destin is trolling fans by putting that girl on the bus in Brand New Day to resemble Rogue? Yes, I do. It can't be a coincidence that Evergirl has the same hair color as Rogue. Easter egg. Yeah, that's definitely not Rogue. That's because Rogue's going to be someone who you know, but they're whether it's cosplaying as Rogue or something along the lines. It wasn't a coincidence. Yeah. Stomaversity. It's Smets. Smets, by the way. So people were wondering, Smets was supposed to be on the show yesterday, and that was on me because I was taping. So Smets is going to be on next week, and we have a really, well, I should say he had a really great idea on what to do for his Wednesday show when he's on. I don't want to give it away yet, but we're going to be doing some really different things and fun things when he's on. He's also been helping with the social media stuff. We've seen more clips. Kevin's been crushing, and he's so smart in how he comes up with stuff, and he knows my sense of humor. So first of all, if you're not already following Kevin on his channel, which looks like this might be it here, you should check him out. And Kevin, put your channel link in the description. But he's been helping monumentally. So he's part of the team now, and he's one of my favorite people in the world in general. He's like a good friend of mine. So now that I'm actually working with him, it's even better.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You didn't have to give money, but I appreciate it. Smets, give some flowers for his Smasher theme. The Smasher theme was awesome. Perfect blend of Winter Soldier and Attitude Era. 100%. I listen to it often on my cancer treatment, hoping to get back so I can enter to it. So yes, and it worked. So what I would do with David B's themes is I would actually start to envision moments in the live events because of them, and that was actually one of them. So like when Chandru, who became someone, and I've told Chandru this, when Chandru first entered the league, he annoyed the shit out of me. Like I thought he was, because what he was doing, and I'm like, I remember him going off on Brandon Hale. I'm like, dude, I can't make you. You're supposed to be a good guy, and you're like going off on him. And then he's like, I said, I'm gonna make you heel. He goes, okay. And then he became one of my favorite people in the world. He was so good at what he did, and he understood it, and he played the game, and he always hit my notes. And I said, and never having to go, oh no, you didn't do that. And so he was very similar, like kind of Andrew Guy, right? And I remember when Kevin was coming back, Chandru knew the assignment that everybody was gonna be losing their mind when Kevin came back for the obvious reason, but also because Chandru was such a villain.
Yeah.
And if Chandru could really make them hate him even more on that stage, the second that pops, people are going to lose their minds. And with the theme song, Chandru's performance, and then Kevin just coming back, it was a legendary moment. It's great.
Thanks, man.
Armada, new trailer of Martin McDonagh's next film dropped. Okay, I'll check that out. And Kevin comes back. Happy anniversary and birthday, Steph. Miss you, Smets.
Miss you too. I know. I'm excited for you guys' Wednesday show. That's awesome.
It's gonna be good. He's got a real like. There's some real like. I don't want to give it away yet. There's some really good ideas of what we're gonna do, and it's gonna make things different for like how we change it up on Wednesdays. Go Pal. Would Police Academy be a good reaction? I think it'd be a good reaction. I just don't know if it would do well. That's why right now, Steph and I think I'm gonna release Ferris Bueller on Monday.
Okay, cool.
Steph and I are doing like we just did Airplane. She had never seen Airplane before. We're gonna do. Have you ever seen Spaceballs? The first one I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
You have seen Spaceballs, okay, but you haven't seen Young Frankenstein.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
Love Young Frankenstein.
I know. It's so good. Go Pal. Police Academy 4 was the first one I saw. First one's so good though too. Paco San Miguel. What's up, Paco? Recently found a Richard Feynman doing an explainer looked from the 70s, 80s until he asked to subscribe and like and turned me off. Yeah. Because of the way because you realize what it was when it was too late. Right? That's what's gonna happen. It's too late. This is the last one for now at 53. Hold on. Jared, another A-list actor being reported that turned down the Christopher Dent role was De Niro. Yeah, we were gonna cover that.
Right.
Isn't that weird that like because Matt Reeves is like a pretty respected filmmaker. Maybe it's that the shtick of the comic book movie at this point. Like De Niro doesn't want to do it because Liam Neeson, I love him. I want him nowhere near this movie. He's done Batman already. We don't need him to do it. I'd like them to really get someone like that because De Niro turned it down. Daniel Craig turned it down. Who's gonna turn it down next? Did you guys hear about this? And what did you think about it, Steph?
Yeah, I did hear about this, and I wondered why I felt like he would have fit into this specific universe really well. And then I kind of wondered if it had anything to do with Matt Reeves' directing style. That I know it, you get a great product, but it's very arduous, and maybe Robert De Niro just like didn't feel like thousands days of filming and refilming and just kind of how intense that can be. I don't know, but it kind of was like one where I was like, damn, he would be perfect for this.
He was in Joker. Someone made that point too. He was in Joker.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna bring that up too. I would have thought he'd be like, I already did my one DC.
Yeah.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah.
So is that how you feel, David? Like he's done.
Yeah, I really think it's coming from an aspect of like, for sure, he's like, I don't want to work that many days, and also probably like, and I already did a comic book movie. I did Joker, so.
All right. Well, there you go, guys. 53, still a decent showing. Roxy's still in the lead for. Oh, just kidding. 54. Gopal says thinking machines was a line from Dune. Oh yeah, that's right. The fight against them was kind of the inciting incident for that society. That's right. That's true. That's right. I forgot about that. Absolutely, 100%. I can't wait. So Sam has never seen Dune. We're definitely watching that this year.
Oh my gosh.
We'll be watching that.
I wonder what she'll think about Dune.
She'll love it. Oh,
okay.
we already like our whole journey is for the rest of the year is mapped out. Like we just finished Game of Thrones episodes 5 and 6 of season 6 yesterday. You guys
are almost done.
We're gonna wrap up season 6, I think maybe by tomorrow. Maybe.
Right.
I'm hoping that we wrap up 7 and 8 by next week. That's my goal. The goal is to wrap up 7 and 8 because 7 is only 7 episodes and 8 is only 6 episodes. So
I'm so sad for her to watch season 8.
Yeah.
I don't think she's gonna hate it, guys. I think she's gonna love it because here's the difference. Here's the reason why
Daenerys is her favorite. She's like me. Daenerys is her favorite character.
Well, Jon Snow's her favorite character.
Oh, she switched.
Yeah, Jon Snow's her favorite right now. But
okay.
But maybe here's the reason why. You got to understand something when it comes to this show in general. Because first of all, I didn't dislike the finale as much as you guys did, and I don't know.
It didn't make me hate the show. I was just like,
no. Most people feel the way that you do, and I don't know. Maybe I think out of anybody, out of the two of us, I think I'll wind up going, "It was very good" the second time around, maybe. But with her, the other reason why everybody was as disappointed is like we waited this long for this,
right?
She's not waiting long.
Right, that and I don't know because I don't know how I would have. It's hard to know how you would have reacted without the conversation around it and like what I would have picked up on and what I wouldn't have. But the fact that they released less episodes for the last season really bugged me, and then I couldn't help but like feel that.
Yeah, it's fair. So I don't know how she's gonna feel, but then after that, we get to House of the Dragon.
Right.
And we're gonna do 1 and 2, and then we'll watch 3 together for like when it comes
Oh
out in
yeah.
June.
Mm-hmm.
Then, Steph, I haven't told you. Did I tell you how she's gonna do? Because you know she's never seen Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
Did I tell you how we're gonna do our Star Wars journey?
No.
Andor season 1,
Wow.
Andor season 2, Rogue One, episode 4, episode 5, episode 1, episode 2, then Return of the Jedi, then Mandalorian season 1, Mandalorian season 2, and then Mandalorian and Grogu.
Okay, wait, I need that written down, but
Sure.
that's
I'll do it.
pretty
I'll do it.
crazy.
I'll you know what? Instead of doing numbers, I'll do it again. Andor 1 and 2,
Yep.
Rogue One,
Right.
New Hope,
Yes.
Empire Strikes Back,
Yes.
Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Return of the Jedi, Mandalorian season 1, Mandalorian season 2, Mandalorian season 3,
Mandalorian and Grogu.
and
Are you
then-
just putting Return of the Jedi like later so that it makes more sense with Mandalorian?
That, and because it goes from the redemption arc, you get to see more of Anakin all the way through. That by the time you get to the redemption arc in Jedi, it means more. It means more. 'Cause
Okay.
you-
Okay. Yeah.
and it reveals him in that end, because she's going to see the special edition. You see Hayden as the Force Ghost. She will like, who's that?
Right.
She won't feel
Yeah.
like that if she watches the prequels first.
Yeah.
You didn't mention it, but I'm assuming you're throwing in Revenge of the Sith.
Of
episode
course,
3.
of course.
Yeah, yeah. Because
That-
you didn't
that-
mention it, and I was like, "There's no
The
way."
Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, and then
Yeah,
Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, of course. Yeah, if I don't know why I missed that. Yeah, of course, Revenge of the Sith. Sorry.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So and then
That's a great order. Yeah, that's cool.
then we have X-Men. Then we have the rest of the DC universe that we're gonna do. That she still hasn't seen the Wonder
I
Woman.
haven't seen a lot of the X-Men movies if you pair us 3 together.
Really? Which we got to see which ones you haven't seen. That's interesting.
Like most of them.
Sounds expensive,
I know. Maybe not. I'm just throwing it out there.
but it's possible. I don't know. We'll see. Especially as we get to Doomsday.
Yeah.
No, I see this. No offense, but Andrew's going to get really small numbers. Says super. I don't think you're wrong. And I almost hesitated not doing it. I actually think that you're right. But I also know my friend well enough that if I show her those, she'll have more of a reaction to Andor. I mean, to Rogue One if she's invested in it. And I haven't watched Rogue One since watching Andor, so I'd like to do it again. But
Oh yeah.
You're
How are you gonna release those in like clusters, like 1 through 3, 3
yeah,
through
I
6?
might even do 1 through 4. I might do 1
Right,
through
right,
4,
right. I
4
think
through
that's
8.
smart.
Yeah. I'm not going to do episode each. Yeah, but Superman, I don't disagree with you. But we're going to do chunks. I don't know if that helps your mindset. I don't know if it helps my mindset, but absolutely going to be doing bigger chunks for sure. We got some more before we sign off. Sorry. Let's see. Where is it? Any more? Okay. R.L. Jensen. Watching on delay, so I apologize if this was covered. Isn't Dune 3 locked in on the date because of getting all the IMAX screens? A contract? Yes. That's what we talked about earlier. Is that they're locked into it, so because they really have nowhere else to go IMAX wise. Yeah. Bojax. Looking forward to Sam reacting to that RDJ Comic Con reveal. I think that I probably have to do that, right?
I feel like
Yeah, I
Luke
think
had
so.
a good idea too. Like if you wait for the Doomsday trailer
That he
and
might.
have her react to the trailer.
I'll probably do that also.
Okay. Yeah.
Because it'll probably double up if she already knows. Plus the fact that look at her face when that came. I would highly recommend watching her trailer reaction. It's really good.
Okay, I'm going to.
Armada. I hope you and Sam do Invincible and The Boys next year. I hate the following sentence I'm about to say. I think I'm over The Boys. I didn't even watch last season.
Last season was so sad. It
even
like
watch it.
kind of like messed up my whole mood because it just went in line with what the political climate a little too much.
I didn't even watch it. I didn't watch that. I didn't watch Gen V. And this is the stupidest thing too. Ed Harrell is one of our most loyal fans like ever. he asked me about it so much, it makes me not want to watch it.
I hate when Kristian does
I
this.
100% get that. It's like somebody asking me to do like Smells Like Teen Spirit. I'm like, fuck that song. I'm never doing it again.
Kristian has this like complex with this specific thing. I actually need to watch the new season of Invincible. I just saw that it dropped. But I was so busy in my One Piece world, but I'll get there.
Yeah, don't tell me that I won't do it. Season 3, isn't it season 4 that was out, or season 4
it might
coming
be
out?
season of The Boys or
Yeah, I saw season 3. I think 3. I saw 3. Doesn't 3 end with him blowing up the civilian in the crowd?
3 and the last season ends with
Don't tell me. Don't tell me that I haven't seen yet. Just in case I do see it. Season 3, so 4 is coming. So I've only seen 2. Yeah, I guess I don't care today. Doesn't mean I won't care tomorrow.
That's okay.
I just don't care today.
There's so much out.
Yeah, Armada plus Netflix Daredevil into Born Again. Hopefully, that's probably going to happen, right? The Daredevil, shit, man. Depending on how Netflix seasons 1, 2, 3, Punisher, those, I might try to do it with Sam. I might. So I don't know. Don't count me out on that one yet. Okay, that's it for now. It was a good one. We had a good season 5 is releasing, they said, not 4. So 4 already came out. It was 4. That's what I thought. I watched season 3. Yeah. So that's what I thought. Okay. Go Pal. The Boys accidentally made real life.
Yeah. It was too much.
Yeah. All right, listen. Here we go. Thank you. David B, one more time. Where can people find your music? Where can they find the tickets? All that stuff and more.
Yes. You can find me streaming on all music platforms as David B Music. That's David B Music. And then my handle at David B Music 21 across all social media. And then if you guys want to see me perform live, I'll be performing this Saturday at the House of Blues in Anaheim in the Foundation Room. For that, you can get tickets on our Instagram at The Way Around Band. That's at The Way Around Band. And we'll be doing a bunch of pop punk emo covers and maybe a couple of originals here and there and some surprises because I like throwing in bits. So yeah, come check us out. Stream my music everywhere. Also, this is literally for everybody. If you are a streamer and you need music for your background, please feel free to stream my stuff. Genuinely, just let them know who they're listening to. But you guys are allowed to stream my music in your backgrounds and stuff like that.
Cool.
I specifically created it. A lot of the beats I made are specifically for creators and streamers. So please feel free to use that stuff too. So
I absolutely. Steph, one of the things before you say where people can find you, we've talked about this many times over where Steph has been on this channel. Now, it was funny when I had was from SCHMOEDOWN and from like when we started Big Thing and when we
Star Wars.
Yeah, and we had Sith Council on here. Since this channel before even was a Kristian Harloff channel, I just did the Star Wars show. That was the only thing I did here for a bit. And Steph's been on since like 2021 when this thing was, or 2022 when this was created. She's been on this channel since 2020. This is when we get this sometimes. I've seen this girl on channel Cinepals. I love Cinepals. She was here first.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yo, I think it was 2020.
Yeah. Well, this channel wasn't created until like 2021, 2022. But you were on when 2020 was, we did that show on what is now the SCHMOEDOWN channel.
Okay.
You've been on SCHMOEDOWN and other things since 2019, 2020.
Yeah.
So where can they find you now?
Here and youtube.com/StephSabra and all over social media at Steph Sabra.
Yeah. Yes. No, she was here first.
I was.
Yes. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it. Thank you to David. Thank you to Steph. It's always great having you guys here, and it's great to have you guys here. So make sure you click like, comment, subscribe, do all that and more. Go to the Clips channel, do it all. Go check out David, support David, and of course, support Steph on her channel. Go check out her YouTube. It's amazing. So thank you guys. Appreciate it. We'll see you guys on the flip side. And the most important question of the day.
Did you shit in there?